kicking like
1, 2,
Dolomite.
3.
Last one got copyright. I'm kicking like
5
Dolomite.
just to be sure.
Hey, one time,
Last
you
one
ready?
got
Copyright.
Yeah.
Last one got copyright. Hey.
You know what time it is. Every time I rhyme, it's just a sign that I'm about to kill. Yeah, it's time for weapon wheel. We got the skill, we got the gains. Don't make me grab the steel. I put a hole in one like Abby did to Joel. Yeah, but when it comes to aiming, I don't miss like Master Chief. I grab the piece and give your tab to Halo just for talking sweet. When it comes to gaming, yeah, you know our team's elite. Check the leaderboards, we run the game. You should pick up your feet. You can't lose them too smooth, just going to admit defeat. And ain't no capping around here, cause like Bond, I keep receipts. The most dangerous, better than these other guys. Try to come for us, what's like between your eyes like Jen Sakai. That's no lie nor prank. I grab the ratchet, no clank, and get my jiggy mask to show you how Jack Move got his name. Yeah. Look. King of the castle like Cooper, captain of the ship. My name ain't Blandry, but don't make me have to hit the switch. We'll dump you overboard, then watch the views. I ain't talking Twitch. Hey yo, Alex, go ahead. Talk to him real quick.
Oh, that Dolomite is my name, and thick enough is my game. Dolomite, you heard her.
Claim it, a strike to claim it.
They had the nerve to copyright to it's just the bitches. Hey. Say yo, still putting wheels on the pavement. My game so tight, it's like Jordan 1 lazy. We stay in these gaming streets, ain't no way to be dormant. Hey, a Drake will leave your body uncharted like Lost Fortune. Coco long scene was cute, hey, and yeah, it served its purpose. But I'm trying to give a detailed description of what a hearse is. I say we flip the switch on these against before it get bland. I see a lot of pods jacking the format like Dapper Dan. You hitting the dislike button? You still a fan? Talk slick in the comments and like Dutch, I got a plan. We don't do the sneak this and that's the stuff that get you banned. Last time we told you I was squad up, you turn telling right. It's like I play with the sliders up. You just got 30, again turn me, the time is up. Since 2015, we been kicking game knowledge up. Dust your boots and join the crew if you wild enough.
Developers.
Dolomite, you heard her.
40 clips, kicking like Dolomite. Hey, 40 clips. Aimed at your fit beam, shotty, so much ammo, it don't make sense. Trying to compete is a sacrifice, die again in your afterlife. I'm taking a road trip, anytime you get on a fight. Guns and body counts, that's all that I tend to like. Any other podcast, a copy, a look-alike. Hey, and what they say? Hey, what I say? Hey, I put them in the dirt. Toss get hurt, no face, no case, smashed up like a jiggy merch shirt. Sliding in that vet, I'm gonna get back, time to pay that debt. It's time for weapon wheel.
In the 80s.
I placed a bet down. Today, yes sir.
With who?
ATN Lower. You might know him, Anubis. He kind of more of Kofi community though. But yeah, ATN Lower. I got 20 on it. ATN Lower.
What did you think it's gonna get?
You get what?
Hogwarts.
I think it's gonna be like you said Kofi has the game, right?
Nobody has the game.
Got it. Nobody got it yet.
Nobody got it. The street they had to have broken it. The early releases is Monday.
Smoove is low.
I release is Wednesday, ain't it?
It comes out like 3 days early if you have the
say something, Smoove.
Yo, what it is?
That's
what it
low.
He's low, brother.
You're a little bit.
And
low,
I have him on 200% on mine.
Yeah, you're low, Smoove. You need to turn
Raise
it
your
back.
audio a little bit, brother.
I turned the noise removal on. Let me turn it off and tell me if you see a difference.
She about to be loud as fuck.
No, you're still.
No,
low,
no,
so
it sounds the same. It sounds the same.
That's the same.
But that wasn't the
that's
problem.
The wavelength.
Yeah, raise your audio.
You
I got. Go ahead, my bad.
You got to go into Wavelink and then turn up your input gain. I hope you have Wavelink downloaded.
Endpoint gain is at
You and
20.
What?
What? It should
Yo,
not be.
gain at 20. You sound like that?
Yeah, that's
It's at 40 now.
something's wrong.
I can give you a program that you could download. So hold on, so let me see if I got it.
Your whole joint is.
I got to re-download on my computer.
Okay,
We've
real
all
quick.
done this before the podcast.
But I've been trying to get this fixed with Smoove for years. It's about time we just take care of it now. Okay, Smoove, real quick, right? So, okay, NVIDIA Broadcast, you have it downloaded, right?
Let's search it up. NVIDIA Broadcast. Now I got GeForce Experience. Is it part of that?
No, you need to download NVIDIA Broadcast. Just do that now while we're doing the intros. It's real quick. Yeah. It's we're here again.
Website.
We're here again another Sunday. How y'all feeling?
Feeling great, man. I mean, we got the Eagles Super Bowl coming around. You may not hear Nick Foles' name for a while if we win. I mean, feeling good. I gotta figure out what we're doing though, but feeling good.
All right, NVIDIA package launcher.
All right.
Let's see what happens
How is
here.
Tony? How you getting here?
It says
What you mean, Blandrew?
Blandrew let him in.
Oh God, Blandrew, you just letting the low lives in, huh?
I mean, he told him to go take a shower, and he opened the door.
Huh? I'm the main character of Twitter. I was the main character of Twitter this week, sir. Oh, you see it, Blandrew. You see it, Blandrew.
They was
The
jumping.
main character of Twitter.
They was jumping you, and I was enjoying it.
It won't let me.
They got mad at you for telling facts about a boring-looking game.
You see it, Blandrew.
Hey, download what I just put in the chat, Smoove. That should get you right.
Blandrew, you've played way worse games.
It's still not letting me install this shit.
What, NVIDIA Broadcast?
Yeah, it just says NVIDIA Broadcast requires NVIDIA Display Driver version 526.47 or later. Please
Probably because
install.
you're.
Nigga, then why not just download this shit from
What graphics card do you have?
3070 Ti.
That means that's your joint probably ain't updated, so we got to do it another time. Your firmware probably ain't updated for the driver.
Right, so what I'll do is
Best spot firmware has not been updated.
I'm gonna take it off of Wavelink and put it on the other shit.
Yeah,
BJ, y'all do intros already?
No, we didn't. So yeah, because I was trying to take care of Smoove's background noise, because that would knock it right out if he could just install NVIDIA Broadcast. But we got to just deal with it for one more podcast.
All right, you guys hear me better now?
Now you're too loud.
Jesus.
Now you're too loud.
Yeah, lower your mic a little bit. Lower your mic a little bit, brother.
Man, all y'all niggas loud. What the fuck?
Go back down.
Sound like he right behind me, bro. In my room.
You.
Stop bending over, Tony. Stop bending over. Stop
You
bending
said
over.
in my womb.
He put his hair in the bud.
Talk again, Kid Smoove.
Yo. Yeah.
He's still loud.
Wait,
turn your stuff down just a little bit
sing-
more.
Sing the hook till she only 15. See if I can hear you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she only 15.
Oh, no! Hey, this nigga sick. He really did it. How long was that your ringtone for real? Like, were you bumping that in the crib or what?
I don't think I've ever had that as a ringtone.
Wow.
I got copyright claim for playing that song one time.
Niggas
Right, I can manually do it by turning. I can just turn down my input volume, right, which is my mic, right?
But chill. She only 15.
All right,
Yes.
BG, how did that sound? I'm at 70.
Go up to like 77.
Okay.
Fine, keep it there. I think you're good.
All right. Awesome. All right. Great. Sounds good.
Great, brother.
Yeah, just
Let's
don't
go.
yell.
Let's get it. All right, my bad.
All right, man. Weapon Will Podcast, episode 352. I want to thank you all for joining us. We're really at 352 episodes. 50 more to get to 48 more to get to 400. We've been here a really long time. Shout out to y'all, man.
You want to know how long we've been here? I saw it was the 14-year anniversary of Demon Souls on PS3. I didn't even have a PS3 Slim when I started YouTube.
Shout out to everybody who's been watching us since episode 1. All the real ones, all the day ones. Yes, sir. All right. All right. So y'all should know how it goes by now. So the podcast is gonna end at about like 8:45. We have our Last of Us watch party at 9:00. Tonight's episode is a shorter episode. I think it's like 50 minutes. And then right after that, we're gonna go straight into After Dark. So if you want to be a part of any of that, right? If you want After Dark content where we answer all your questions. If you want to be part of the watch party, if you want to be part of the Discord, you can support our Patreon. That's patreon.com/weaponwheelpodcast. Link is in the description for all of that, of course. Or you could become a channel member. Hit the join button to become a YouTube channel member. Get the similar benefits. Check out all the tiers in the Patreon and the YouTube memberships. Hit the like button to support the podcast. We've been telling y'all that since episode 1. Y'all still don't listen, but we gonna keep telling y'all. If you want to submit a video to be featured during the podcast, just click the link in the description. You can drag and drop your gameplay in there. Appreciate everybody who submits, gameplay. I always use it. Makes my job easier because, I don't always got to record my own stuff.
We don't want to see it.
My gameplay is godly though, sir. So it's a privilege. It's a gift to you when you get to see me play. And and I just saw on Twitter, Mocha apparently just gave birth to her boy. I think this is her first boy that she's had. She don't got no other boys.
2 girls, 1 boy. The
Shout
prodigal
out Mocha.
son.
Yeah.
Shout out Mocha. That's a child brother's a miracle.
Yeah, indeed. Shout out to Mocha. It's funny, like Mocha, like everybody's relationship with Mocha is like very adverse. Is that the right word? Yeah, I would say.
No, sir. Not mine. No, sir.
Is because like me and Mocha we cool, but we got smoke for each other. Because when I told her about herself in the Discord, she left. She ain't been in Discord since. But I got all love for Mocha. Why did I bring that up when the woman just gave birth?
You a punk ass dude, BG. Why you do that woman like that, man?
She just gave birth. BG talking about you got beef with her. Come on,
bro. Pregnant woman out the Discord, man. That's how we doing this Sunday.
I didn't kick her out the Discord. She left.
You booted a fucking pregnant woman out the Discord.
Wow, narratives.
Her legs still up, and he talking about you playing the monitors. You even use the monitors yet. He's still over there.
Okay, this is how we gonna do it. Mocha come back. See, Mocha that had birth now, BG. Then you kick out the Discord. You can't be kicking no pregnant woman out the Discord, man.
You know what BG's uncle says? Accountability is like kryptonite.
I must say, yo.
I'm about to do in the P code or. Oh wait, no, that was his neighbor. Never mind.
That Brooklyn pastor. Who the fuck
trench coat to nigga in the trench coat.
I'm a sick nigga. I don't know why I brought up Mocha's sassiness while she's just gave birth.
That baby got new life, and you talking about
that baby. That second sentence after congratulations was everyone got smoked with Mocha, huh?
That baby got 15 minutes. That baby got 15 minutes on Earth. He about to ask your mama if she play games. This nigga's sick, bro.
Hey man, I gotta keep that same energy, man. We all love Mocha. We it's a love-hate thing. She's you roast your guys, right? Mocha's no different. We roast her. We gotta keep the same energy with her. It don't matter if she's pregnant. What pregnancy got to do with anything? You don't roast pregnant
people.
Salute
to Mocha, man. New baby on the way. You know what I mean? New pack touchdown. Salute.
You smoking on the bait, nigga? What?
Yo, black niggas,
man, yo, like that, man. Come on,
niggas don't know how to congratulate a birth or nothing.
What's wrong with y'all, man?
That baby pack stank. What the fuck, Jack?
Not a pack like that, man. You ain't never heard a new pack touchdown, man. Not like, come on, man. What you doing?
Why you can't just say
on a Sunday?
Why you can't just say congratulations on the birth? Niggas always got to be hood with the congratulations. Like,
I mean, that's what you did. I mean, she blocked me after I said
you say you was like, I boot that bitch out the Discord, man. She just had a baby, man. Like, what the fuck? Come
Jack,
on,
you
brother.
said this baby stank, nigga. That's what you just said.
Nah.
This new baby pack
That is crazy.
Nah, come on, man. Not like that, man. Shout out to Mocha.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mocha. She the homie. We you know how it go. Listen, if Jack got pregnant, I'm roasting him too. What do you mean?
He is pregnant.
He built like he is.
You seen that nigga?
I'm just heavy set, man. That's it.
All right. Let's do these intros.
He called himself a red bone last week, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Do these intros. Smoove.
What's up, everybody? It is the Best Bot Kid Smoove. Happy to be here for another episode. Shout out to the brand new Closet Racist that came out over the weekend. Seems like it's an everyday trend. Another new day, another new racist in the gaming community.
Who is it? Who is it?
You in the Xbox community. You should be used to that.
Who the new Closet Racist?
Apparently, Saltiest Gaming, his racial slurs and
dang, one of your people, Jack,
came
to light. Whoa! You know good and goddamn well I do not fuck with that dude.
I'm gonna summarize this subject in less than a minute.
Yeah, make it quick.
Everybody has said some wild shit. I don't understand why people can say, "Look, my bad, I fucked up, and move on. We literally got a dude and a bunch of clowns, some dude who looks like a crackhead, by the way. Now I understand why his brother was busting nuts all over his girlfriend. But now we hear 6 years later that they were testing a bot. That's why there were racist comments. And, you know, BG has a bot. He has like the night bots on Discord and on YouTube. Does it take you 6 months to test a bot, BG?
No, sir.
Exactly. Thank you. The court rests is
definitely doesn't take 6 years to come. Definitely doesn't take 6 years to come up with the excuse either.
That too. Outside of that, my intro, simply put, we hype for them birds. Racist will be racist, and I told you that The Last of Us would fall off a cliff like Tom Brady. If this episode isn't good, like, I might be done with the series. I'm sorry. Like, I can't stand the fact
I heard bad things. I heard bad things about this episode.
I can't stand the fact. I haven't finished Game of Thrones yet. I completed 3 seasons. I'm completing a season a day at this rate. But from what I heard, everybody hated on that thing after season 6. Said that it wasn't to what the book was. I don't know. But my whole point is, people hated on Halo. They hated on Game of Thrones because it didn't follow the lore, because it changed up shit. It wasn't true. But you know, when The Last of Us does something that's completely different, changes up Bill, changes up Frank, does something completely different, everybody loves it. Imagine that. Imagine that.
Yep. Wasn't a fan of that last one exactly. Blandrew.
What's up, everybody? Good to be back. Check out the IO Nintendo podcast. We just had Player Essence on, and we had a really good discussion. Got a lot to talk about today. BG capping about games as a service, Hogwarts looking like trash, and a bunch of other stuff. Can't wait to get into it.
I want to step on your face, Blandrew.
What? Oh, that's kind of kinky.
Let's not talk about
He said,
how much you charging to see that?
And you wearing socks or not?
How y'all make everything into something freaky?
You
into trampling, BG?
I didn't know that was a thing. That's a fetish.
Yeah,
getting
trampled.
Come on.
I
don't know about that.
While we talking about Kings, make sure you go watch BG and Chops cartoon new pack just put up on Twitter.
You gonna wear some high heels when you do it, BG?
I'm not on the same website as y'all, so
nigga, BG in high heels. I'm in trouble. Do you hear me, bro?
I'm not even from the hood, and I know you don't say that, BG. You gotta put the boots to their face. You can't be like, I'm gonna step.
Bond, I've never heard a nigga say I'm gonna put my boot on your face.
Put the boots to your face, or put the boots to your head.
Y'all think BG got on lingerie right now?
Oh man. Anyway, Jack, do your intro.
Grown ass man should be telling another man, I'm gonna step on your face.
Nah, BG do sit with both his feet in his chair though. That's the one thing I don't like about BG.
Intro. We've had all the critically acclaimed races on this podcast.
Right,
so shout out to y'all. Alex, I ain't want to tell this. Alex, I'm gonna have to tell him, bro. Alex is planning on getting some paw print tattoos on his ass cheek. It's a big moment.
And the stars.
It's going down, man. It's going
Nothing
down.
is sacred at home base. I found the leak, boys. I found the leak.
My bad, brother. My bad, brother.
We've been on a witch hunt for the past 2 months.
Okay. Tony, who self-invited himself.
Hey man.
I wish he would self-off.
Blandrew invited me, so Blandrew. You sounding like the DMs I'm getting for that Hogwarts tweet right now, huh?
Hold on, nobody heard him say what he just said.
Don't worry about it. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that.
What he say?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
BG crazy.
Rewind your chat in YouTube and listen to what this man just said about Tony. How did y'all not hear that?
What'd he say?
Don't worry about it.
Hold it down.
Yeah, let Tony do his intro.
Blandrew told me he wanted, he was on some smoke today. I agreed with the smoke, so I had to show up. I had to show up for the Drewster. And pray for my man Big Cloud. Pray for my man Big Cloud. He facing some coon allegations during Black History Month.
Can you open up your mouth all the way when you talk today, Tony, so we can like?
I hope he beat them allegations.
Can you open your mouth all the way so I can?
Got him.
Fire.
All right. I lost track. Did everybody do their intro?
No, I ain't do mine.
Go ahead.
This is I'm gushing for VR. We talked about this in the DM, so I just need about 5 seconds of silence, please.
We didn't hear none of that. I don't know what
the fuck was that.
I don't know what you're doing.
Knockout City servers are going down in June.
We gonna get to that.
And it's all BG's fault too.
We gonna get.
I woke up with tears in my eyes. Can I mourn? Can I grieve BG without you interrupting?
Can you not get me copyright matched by playing gospel music? How about that? Thank you.
Did you go to church?
I think he's justified in this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the only one that's actually sad about that, and BG is in there stepping on. I guess he's putting his boots on my face or whatever. You talking about babies, niggas that like it's cool, bro.
Okay, let's get to it. First topic: who opening Hershey wrappers and stuff? Can y'all? Can we have an organized civil podcast today? Thank you.
No.
Did you not hear what you said about Tony?
Nobody can. No.
It had to been sus because it had to been sus.
No, it wasn't sus.
All right.
All right, first topic. Let's tackle the fake outrage news first. So Redfall is going to be always online. You need a online connection to play the game single player, whether you're on single player or multiplayer. And as usual, anytime news like this comes out, people are outraged. I think it's like y'all got to get over this, bro. Who plays games offline anyway? Okay, unless you're in some third world country, yes, I maybe you have the right to be bothered and upset by this. But most of you are always online anyway. So I just don't understand what the outrage about. What y'all are mad. I think when people are mad on behalf of other people, like you're not even mad. Like when you hear this news, are you legitimately mad for yourself because this hurts you, or you think other people are upset, so you're upset?
Oh.
This is one of the fake outrages. I'm like, y'all got to get over this.
You ain't fuck with MLK, BG? No, man.
Well, I think people are mad because look at games over the past, like Diablo 3, Destiny, SimCity 4. Whenever there's like always online things, the game has a potential or capacity to crash, and you just can't play the game.
Didn't they say even the offline stuff you have to be online for?
Yep.
For anything you have to be online.
That's kind of problematic if you got to play the single player online. That's kind of crazy, bro.
Are we talking about Redfall?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Well, that's because the single player and the multiplayer
drop in, drop out.
It's the same game. Yeah, it's not like two separate modes. And the reason for it is because that when you play multiplayer, right? Even though the story progression doesn't carry over, it's everything you earn during that gameplay loop, like loot, XP, different armor sets, whatever that you unlock during that multiplayer session, you bring that with you into your own solo session. So apparently that's one of the reasons why it's always online to ensure, I don't know if it makes sense or not, but it's to make sure you know that the stuff that you do earn in those different sessions, you keep, and that the progressions is carrying over through each playthrough that you're doing. But that was the response that I read about it.
Yeah, I just don't know if like there's been a case where I've been because I haven't been able to play a game because I'm offline. Like ever since these things have started happening, I just can't think of a scenario where this is an always online game and I can't play now because it is. I just don't really think it's an actual problem that ends up affecting a lot of people long term.
Back in the day, it used to be when we were having those outages with the PS3. I literally watched Mag fell off. Like with that, when PS3 was down for how long? A month? Or like
that's when it got hacked. Yeah.
Yeah, that game literally crumbled after that.
SOCOM 4, a lot of games did.
That game, I think even I could be wrong, but I think Medal of Honor on the PS3 had something to where you had to sign in to use it, and you couldn't even play Medal of Honor single player because that was when they were giving you had to put a code in to even really get on the game. But since it was connected to your profile, you couldn't play single player. So, but we ain't gotta worry about that nowadays.
Yeah, and
in 2023, that's not a problem. It's not a real problem with everybody being online. Like, it's just you got to consider like a lot of the games that people are playing. Like, right? Like, for example, it's Fortnite? Isn't that an online only game?
Yeah, because it's multiplayer. I mean,
most sports games are always online.
But yeah, and people don't even realize that. Even like I couldn't get into like regular games. I think in NBA Live like 19, like I didn't have access to 80% of the game because I couldn't even get into the EA server. So I was pretty much stuck with like the basic like the menu game you get, but I couldn't play anything else outside of the pretty much the menu games that you get, and then you get like the stock like characters, no roster updates, no other stuff, all because it's tied to online. And the reason why I asked about Fortnite, yeah, it's a multiplayer only, but it's a very popular game. So all these people talking about game preservation, I was like, then you really shouldn't be enjoying these games because you expect to be playing a game like Fortnite in 20 years.
Yeah, like, and that's the other thing.
Like,
I'm gonna be real. A lot of people like to pretend they care about game preservation. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I do not give a damn about game preservation. I do not care. And a lot of you are. I think a lot of you are.
That's crazy.
I think a lot of people are. I don't think most people care about game preservation. I just think a lot of people are afraid to admit.
That's cap.
I care.
BG, that's cap.
I'm not going to be playing any of these games in 15, 20 years. So I don't care if the server goes down.
Just last year, we was having an argument about Sony's multiplayer, and you brought up Last of Us and Uncharted 4.
What about them?
If you don't believe in game preservation, then why are you using those as multiplayer games to go to on Sony?
But that doesn't have to do with anything. That doesn't have anything to do with
That's
them.
game preservation.
In 15, 20 years, I'm not going to be playing Last of Us or Uncharted. I don't care if the servers go offline.
It's going, you might be. The way it's going, you might be.
You think we thought we'd be playing UC4 in 2023 when it came out?
I'm sure you did, but that doesn't matter to me.
They re-released The Last of Us, and people got to go back to the PS4 version to play the online.
Uncharted 4 came out in 2016.
I do not.
And a lot of these newer games can barely even last a year without getting shut down, so you're kind of forced to go back to play something old.
That's game preservation.
As much as I loved Factions, like I played it. What did we play it, Jack? 6 years? Yeah, seven probably.
Like 7 years.
Either way, like from the time Last of Us Factions, Last of Us came out to whenever the servers are still going now, right? That's 10 years now. I stopped caring about Last of Us years ago. So if the servers went down right now, I would not care. I don't. Like,
do you know that most multiplayer games aren't making it 6 years?
That's 10 years.
Most multiplayer games aren't making 6-7 years where you can just get on. And I was playing Uncharted 4 last night at 3 a.m, full lobby.
God bless you. I don't
That's
care.
what I'm saying, though. Not many games are doing that, bro. And they don't even have a ranked mode on Uncharted 4. Niggas are still filling up lobbies.
And that's
not
great.
Many games doing that.
I'm just saying, I don't care because I don't want to be playing no game that long. I'm sorry, I don't.
I don't even think it's about, I don't necessarily want to go back and play most of these games either, but I still think that there should be a history of these games. I think these games should still remain playable. Like, there's no reason for them not to be. I don't see why you wouldn't care. That's kind of weird.
Jack, didn't you play your PS3 more than your PS5 last year?
I probably did. Yeah, I did. And that was cool. And I was having a great time bro, I don't understand. Just because something old don't mean it's worthless, bro. I don't understand. Only in gaming people think about shit. Imagine niggas say, I don't care about music preservation. And then you can't buy like the Beatles or Michael Jackson music no more. That'd be fucking insane.
Well, music has more.
You finna say something stupid?
No, I'm not. No, music.
Dial it back,
no, it's no. I'm not dialing it back because it's not the same.
The same shit that's not important in games. The same shit that's not important in games.
Because
Go ahead.
I'm gonna. It's not because listen. I'm sorry. I may want to listen, and most people may want to listen to Thriller. 10, 20, 30 years from when it comes out. Most people don't care about the Lion King on NES or whatever.
You're approaching an argument wrong. You're approaching an argument.
Play Pac-Man or Dig Dug or any of these are timeless games. Tetris.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Tetris. That's one of the first games. Like,
that's a bad example. Music is making money the longer it's out. Games aren't making money by keeping servers up, unless you have like a consistent store that people are buying things and you're putting more items into it. So that's not even a good argument to have.
I'm not necessarily talking about online games either. I'm just talking about game preservation as a whole. Like,
it doesn't have like performance and things like that.
And music ages way better. Go ahead though.
I was saying people were just losing their minds over a bunch of Game Boy Advance games and the Mega Man Battle Network collection and GoldenEye just a couple weeks ago.
Exactly. Them old ass games that don't nobody supposedly give a fuck about, they the bee's knees now. See, that's what I'm saying. People don't know what they want until you show them, bro.
But what I'm saying is music, some music ages badly depending on the content and what they're talking about because it can date the music. But a lot of music isn't affected by that. Games are heavily affected by the times. So I can you could put on Thriller anytime. It's going to sound good. Siphon Filter on PS1 plays like garbage now. So why do I care?
I just don't understand of erasing your history or not trying to preserve your history. Like, that's just weird to me. I don't understand
would be like
the benefit of that.
That would be like deleting old Weapon Wheel episodes. What's the point?
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't nobody do shit like that. That's like an NFL team. Okay, it's 2023 now. Let's delete the first 50 years of our teams. Who the fuck is doing?
I've deleted a lot of videos from my channel. If y'all haven't noticed,
Jack, that's what the Cowboys did.
They should. But listen, Jack, I don't understand it.
Jack,
bro.
You know the way to do it? If they worried about the money or it's a sinkhole, the reason why we playing for PlayStation Premium, put them games on the damn service.
That's another thing. They literally made a service to make you feel nostalgic. Here's games from our previous years, and they don't even fucking put nothing on there. It's like, and then the fans, niggas like BG, I don't give a fuck about old games. That's why they not supporting the fucking service that they literally just launched. They ain't putting shit on there that's worth playing. It's ridiculous, bro.
I don't care.
You need to answer for yourself, BG.
I do not care. Listen,
you're
sorry.
You're a piece of shit.
If a lot of those games were just erased into a black hole, I'm not gonna blink twice about it because I'm not playing them no more, and I have no desire to go back to them. I don't care.
That's crazy. You don't feel nostalgic for anything, though, bro. Like
a few things. I'm not gonna say like it's nothing, but very few things. Y'all know the things.
Don't buy the next Resident Evil remake.
No, but that's what I was about to say. Resident Evil. Y'all know what I care about. It's Resident Evil, and it might be 2 other games. But no, all the games that I beat during the Super Nintendo, the PS1, I don't care. The N64, I don't care. It's done. It's over. I'm past that. I'm not playing no more.
The only reason you care about shit like the Dead Space remake and the RE4 remake is because you have those memories that existed before. Like, if that never existed, you probably wouldn't give a fuck as much as you do now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you just act like none of that shit matter.
But the memory happened already, so I don't need Dead Space.
But you're cool with everything existing with that memory disappearing forever, and you wouldn't give a fuck. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, I don't.
That don't make no sense.
I used it for what I needed it for. Throw it away.
All right, BG. All right, BG, you stupid, bro.
I care about like I would say game code, because sometimes you need that game code to remake those games. I care about remakes.
You absolutely do.
Yeah, I care about remakes, but I don't care about having the access to those games no more.
See, I think there's a difference though. Having a desire to play it currently and not caring at all is 2 different things. I don't have a desire to play most of that shit currently, but I still care about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. I think you going to you hopping up. Yeah, you hopping up the porch with like you don't care if the shit ever existed at all type shit. That's how you making it sound like.
And I don't think
same thing with the PS3 when it came out, nigga. We not going and playing PS1 games, but the fact that I can go pull one out and just put it in the console when it work, shit like that gives value for the gamer.
And I don't think most people like.
The thing about the PS3 store was I could just buy a bunch of PS1 games that were
like
$50-$60 a pop.
See now, y'all who keep y'all consoles, because I know some of y'all here do. I believe y'all when y'all say y'all care about game preservation, but there's a whole bunch of people, especially in the chat, who say they care about game preservation and haven't preserved nothing for themselves. You could have done it. Why are you not preserving? If you care so much about it, why are you not preserving? Where your PS1, PS2, PS3? Where they at? Where's your Dreamcast?
What? That ain't up to them.
What do you mean?
That's not up to them. If like Knockout City, I'm sure Alex would like to preserve that. If they say we're taking it, if they say we're taking this game offline, you can no longer play it. What the fuck he gonna do?
No, I'm talking about like.
I'm sad, nigga.
I'm talking about physical things. I'm talking about physical things that people could keep.
That's also when we were a lot younger too, because there was a lot of games I sold as a kid that I regret selling that are like way more.
Of course, you wish you could have all that shit back. Of course.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of people. Damn, what's the name? I can't think of a name right now. I follow her. She's a retro gamer. Yeah, Contra. She makes sure.
They forget Contra name, brother.
Hold up, Jack.
I know a lot of people.
Oh, go ahead.
She be going, she goes to the fullest extent of her power to make sure she gets those consoles back, that she may have lost, and she keeps them now. So I don't got no excuses.
BG, also PS5. This is, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first generation where they legit said, nah, no backwards compatibility for real. Because when we had the PS2, you could still play PS1. When you had the PS3, you could play the last 2. When you had the PS4, no, you can't play PS3 and PS4. But this is like the first big generation where they're legit like it's a cutoff. You see what I'm saying? So we've been kind of.
There's always been a cutoff.
I guess since I'm primarily Sony,
mean,
to me,
look at
I always felt like
Nintendo's-
my games came with me with each generation. That's
Well,
how I
you
felt.
can
Yeah,
play
that's
PS.
what, that PS4 came to PS5. That's no
Yeah, you
different
can
than
play
what
PS4
Nintendo
games on
does.
PS5, just not the disc. The disc just won't.
You can't play
what?
PS4. You can play PS4 disc
your
on
PS4
PS5.
Oh,
games
I didn't even
are
know
on
that.
PS5.
See, I didn't even know that. 'cause I
Oh
don't
yeah,
even
you're
do-
right. Because I put my Rainbow Six Siege.
Hold
in
on,
my
well, hold on.
PS5.
This is a game.
You
I
can.
know it's a gaming podcast, right? We got the.
Bro,
Damn,
I
DJ.
didn't know. I haven't
You
bought a
got the-
physical
Yeah,
game
you
in
can
like.
put PS4 disc.
What's going on with y'all, man? Everything good?
But
today?
Jack, we're not
let's
physical
reset
gamers.
the room. Let's reset the podcast. Let's.
See, but this is why we need people who play differently to correct us. Because listen, like I said, I haven't bought a physical disc in like maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't even know what's compatible as far as like physical goes anymore.
A question
Everything.
for the people that play PC. Have we ever heard a PC gamer complain about preservation? Or is it
They're
only
the
just
main
console
ones
people?
that complain about preservation.
Alex
Really?
complains about preservation all the time.
He's the biggest one.
Really?
She would shut the hell up.
It's not nice.
But the other fake outrage was PlayStation is going to be removing the PS Plus collection from the PS5 PS Plus collection. Some people confuse this with the PS Plus tiers. It's not that. It's the collection of like PS4's greatest hits. Had like God of War in there, and all the, I think, Days Gone and Horizon might have been in, and a few multiplats. Some of the best PS4 sellers. And some people are upset about this. I'm like, they're removing it in May, I think. So you have plenty of time to download these games. I don't know what you've been doing if you haven't bought these games when they first came out or when they were added to this collection. And people are talking about, oh, what about people who don't have PS5s yet? Bro, why are you worried about other people? That's what why are you worried about other people? Are you outraged
You
or
always try to make it our fault, Jack?
I see that.
But like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how are you outraged for other people? That doesn't make sense to me. If you not outraged, shut up.
Usually somebody knows somebody where they thinking of a specific example.
It's fake outrage, like I said.
Like my dad just started watching Last of Us show and he want to play the game now. So for him, he'd be like, that'd be, a bonus for him. I can just go download
Yeah,
it.
and PS5s are just now being able to get regularly in stock now, so.
Blandrew, I saw my first PS5 at Walmart last week. This is my first time seeing it on the shelf at my Walmart.
And what's it been out for, like 3 years or something?
Yeah,
3, 4?
about. Not 4. Oh, 4 years. How long we had this shit?
This
2?
is a little bit over 2 years.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think this. Do y'all think this one a big deal?
No.
Okay.
Only reason I'm gonna say no is because, like you said, it's been a little bit over 2 years. They've been there, this whole time. You've had ample opportunity to download them. I thought they were gonna I thought they should have probably just like switched the games up and kept it going. But it is like a little bit. It's a little bit of overage with that, and then you got the PS Plus collection. It's like the same shit, low key, right? Because most of them games is available on PS Plus, so. But them was free, so that's the biggest difference. But you had to be a PS Plus member to get them games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So it's
a
like
PS Plus and a PS5 like owner. It just seemed like a holdover until games came out or something like that. That's what
Yeah,
what
they
it
only
was.
had it on there because there wasn't no games. Yeah.
See, but that's the problem, though. The reason they getting rid of it, I would assume, if you already got PS Plus, you probably already got access to all these games in the PS Plus, not the PS Plus collection, but actual PS Plus itself. So, hey,
Also-
man, it's not an issue, bro.
Also,
if you have
all the games in there are dirt cheap, like dirt cheap, because they came out like 5, 6, I think 7 years ago. So come on, man.
Well, they were saying the only difference I would say they were saying if you download off the PS Plus collection, you technically own the game if you download it, but on the PS Plus other joint, it's like a rental, I guess you would say, as long as you got Plus. So that's the biggest difference.
If you guys thought that people took offense to that, you should have seen how they reacted when they said they were getting rid of I think like 20 games off the Xbox 360 marketplace.
Yeah.
What
Which
about Cross Flopper X?
I mean, that's part of the games as a service recession. We didn't get
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna get to that. Yeah.
Flopfire.
But then Microsoft came out and said it wasn't true, right? They're not getting rid of those.
Yeah, I mean, they're sort of. I think what happened was it turned into like the entire 360 store, but they did like announce that like there was like a select few games that are coming That's pretty essentially getting delisted right now, and they put a date on there. But the crazy thing is, to my understanding, that's like the literal 360 marketplace. A lot of these games are like can be bought from like technically the Xbox One store, the Xbox Series store. So I still don't understand like the way like people are freaking out. But yeah, they pretty much killed the rumor that they're shutting down the I guess the 360 marketplace entirely. But there is still like a selection of like 20 games, most of them being like old school Assassin's Creed games and DLCs that are going to be no longer available. So if you guys are still interested, you can go to xbox.com right now, or the Xbox store and download those things if you're afraid of them being delisted.
Yeah, and I don't think most people actually care once again. And if God forbid, like the worst case scenario happens with all these cases, listen, there's emulators. PC dudes are doing their thing, right?
PC.
Didn't they just confirm Blandrew?
Like
If you
four of them on Xbox.
Blandrew, if you are pro
Nobody trying to game
preservationist,
on a PC.
no, hold on, Blandrew. If you are pro preservationist, you should be thanking PC gamers. Should you not
do
be?
that, BG? Don't do that, BG.
I'm just
No, because PC there's a large segment of PC gamers that use that excuse to steal brand new games.
But
that's all they're gonna do.
But that's different. Like they made, I think they said they've made the entire PS3 collection available through emulators now. Like every game that ever came, unless I'm like thinking of something else. I think they said that like every game is now playable.
That's lame to me though. Like that's Sony's job, bro. I don't like. Then it's like, oh, just if you like trophies, download the trophy. Getting like, who the fuck trying to do all that bullshit, bro? That's not they job to do that, bro. I want to actually support the shit and buy it from Play. Like, why don't PlayStation offer this, bro? Like,
it kind of takes me out the experience just playing like a PlayStation or Nintendo game on a PC.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Don't nobody really want to. I don't like that shit, bro. It don't even feel natural, bro. Like that shit weird, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I know we be getting on PC gamers, but y'all should be thanking them in this situation. Y'all gotta
Niggas
put that hate
using
aside.
fake versions of PSN to play, and that shit whack.
Y'all gotta put that hate aside. Take that hate out your heart.
I won't even play it at that point. You can keep it.
Wow.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah, it's like I'm playing a fake game at that point.
Wow. Y'all hear this?
See, usually I probably wouldn't agree with Blake. I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
Wow.
That's why I don't like modding games either. Like that shit weird to me, bro.
Yeah,
like,
wow, these are your game preservationists speaking right here.
I like playing the game the way it was intended to be played. Like it's just it, bro. Like my OCD won't allow me to do that other shit, bro. It just won't.
All right, bro. In the name of preservation.
Yeah, it's like people that have their Series X's and S's modded to play GameCube games. It's like that's just gross.
Hey,
I talk to him, Blake. You talk to him. They don't understand. Talk to you.
This is crazy talking here.
No sad.
It's crazy
Not
talk.
doing that.
All right. What else we got? So we got 2 delays. Star Wars Jedi Survivor has been delayed, I think 1 month. They put it in, it was coming out in March. They put it at the end of April. I think right next to Redfall.
Let it keep cooking.
And Last of Us, the PC version, has also been delayed, I think about 1 month. Something like that. So nothing major on either end, just something light.
They could have delayed both them games to
anytime I hear troubles with like PlayStation games on PC, it makes my dick hard. So
oh my god,
I ain't gonna be able to stand up for a few minutes after hearing that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Wow. So yeah, those delays happen, no big deal. But Jack, since you mentioned that, man, the street's been talking to me. And
what streets you been on?
The Twitter streets. I ain't in no real streets.
I
ain't in no real streets. Come on,
we know.
I'm a family man. Come on now.
We know.
Has to be street.
But the Twitter street's been talking to me about about you lately and how you've been. And I was saying like, nah, y'all gotta relax. It ain't that serious. But then they started pointing out some stuff to me, right? And they've been telling me. The more success PlayStation has, the more it upsets you. And I was like, nah. Jack?
Wake that up, BG.
And
until they
you know why? Because they're doing okay, here's the analogy. Xbox does everything like that you don't want but fails. Sony does everything you don't want, but succeeds. So now Jack's going to get more of what he doesn't want because they're succeeding in doing what he doesn't want them to do.
But the issue is, it's like, it's not that they're even doing anything necessarily bad. It's just not the way Jack wants it, because he wants the traditional, the traditional way of how they did it. Let me just list some things out that people told me, right? I'm gonna give you some examples, right? So, so the first obvious thing is the PC thing, right? You said, you were anti the games going to PC. You said the game quality would suffer and it would affect console sales. Neither happened. Quality stayed the same, and console sales are insane right now.
We haven't been able to see either of those yet, though. That's
you haven't gotten enough games to talk about quality.
Come on.
The reason the console said, if I told you can't have something, you're gonna want it, you're gonna go buy it. When something is mass produced and readily available. Now, if the sales continue when it's readily available like this, I don't have an argument. But we gotta wait and see, in my opinion.
It doesn't
people gonna rush out and buy it because they couldn't get it. I would rush out and buy it if I couldn't get one.
It doesn't seem like PC is affecting either thing. So that was the first thing you were upset about.
Cool.
The next thing you were upset about, and I'm not saying like I was on board with all of this, but this is what the people are telling me, was about the movies and TV shows, right? So far we got two cases of that. We got Uncharted and The Last of Us. You were against PlayStation venturing into this territory, but Uncharted by the box office was a success. And Last of Us, it's already been renewed for a second season, is a success. So that's the second thing you were mad about that PlayStation is doing a success. Okay.
Well, to be fair, I will say Jack was more upset because we knew more about TV shows than we did Sony's upcoming lineup.
Which we still do, but I digress.
I got your back here, Jack.
But here's the next thing. I think the biggest thing that they pointed out is, as far as you would have a point if like they weren't releasing, because that's the thing with Xbox, right? People hate when Xbox does other things because they're not releasing games. PlayStation has given you an amazing 2 to 3 years, however it's been so far, and like probably one of the best lineups you've ever gotten. And you still you still find a way to complain about like Herman Hulse, Jim Ryan, and the games they've delivered to you. And you love all these games by your account. You love all these games.
But this is what's crazy. If you notice, if you go check my tweets, I don't talk about these dudes, bro. I don't say nothing about none of this, bro.
You hate them.
I made a tweet this week about the VR shit, but if you go and look through my tweets, I don't mention none of this shit, bro. I went out, I bought tickets to Uncharted movie. I thought it was cool. I watched the Last of Us show every week. I like the show. I just don't like certain shit about the show.
But you still be complaining about like games like they're lacking.
This is my thing about PlayStation. When I hear shit like God of War sold 11 million copies, that make me happy because I like God of War. I like the developers. When I hear shit like this game sold this much, cool. PlayStation, we sold such and such console. I don't give a fuck about how many consoles y'all sold. Nigga, show me some games, bitch. And to my point, bro, besides the VR titles, which I'm not getting VR day one. I don't know if I ever get VR. We don't know what the fuck coming out, and then people go, well, they got Stellar Blade coming out in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's BS. I don't agree with the third party.
They don't own. They ain't got no ownership. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. What do PlayStation got coming out? I don't want to hear none of that other shit.
I agree with that.
That's how I'm rocking. But
I agree with that. But so far,
if you peep though, like I support the shit they do. I don't necessarily fuck with it, but I try to fuck with it. And I ain't complaining. I just don't like the shit.
And then the next thing, obviously, they sent me that tweet you said about doubting VR and games as a service. So all I'm saying Jack, is the streets look at everything you like hate on everything PlayStation does, even though it's a success and like it's not hurting you and you're getting games. So they just confused. Well, you acting like you on Xbox right now and you ain't got no games.
I feel like enough time hasn't passed for us to say any of this shit definitively, right? Now, like I said, if we revisit this in 6 months to a year, PlayStation still doing numbers outpacing the PS. Oh, damn, I was wrong, right? I was wrong about that. If every show and movie they come out with fire flames, damn, I was wrong. I'll take that. If goddamn me, they announce some fucking games, I could be like, wow, they actually got games coming out. This is crazy. The reason I bought and invested in the system is actually coming to fruition. Oh my God, amazing. Wow, I could be happy about that, right? But until
DC game.
Until then, I'm standing on what the fuck I said because I ain't been proven wrong yet.
You kind of have several times.
I don't think I have.
You've been.
I think you gotta wait for these online games get here, Jack. To truly
because you can tell me 30,000 niggas is playing God of War on Steam at one time. Is that impressive to me? This shit sold 11 million in 2 months. Like, see what I always say. Shit is impressive on PC. On console, the shit don't matter. Oh, 11 million in 2 months. That's horrible. Man, did y'all know 10 people was playing God of War on Steam consecutively? Oh my God. Like, nigga, are you crazy? What type of dicks are you smoking to where that's impressive, but this ain't? You see what I'm saying? I remember when Persona sold 500,000 on PC. Niggas was doing the Bobby Shmurda dance. That shit can sell 1 million on consoles in a day and wouldn't nobody give a fuck. It's ridiculous. So, the double standards in gaming are sickening and abysmal. That's why I don't really even talk about gaming no more, bro. It's ridiculous.
They care about install base, but on PC they care about install base when it comes to users.
Exactly.
Jack, I'm gonna tell you.
Forza had 10 million users in a week. How many copies? That doesn't matter. But some say this much. It don't. Like, it's just ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell the Twitter streets.
Mental gymnastics and bullshit, bro.
I'm gonna tell the Twitter streets to fall back, Jack. But they've been on you and they're gonna be watching you. They're gonna be watching you.
They can keep watching me. They love to watch me. They love to hang on every word. But they don't respect my opinion. But they dissect my opinion. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand.
You think that was a bar? Yeah, what?
If I don't care about what somebody's saying, I'm gonna fucking ignore them. I don't listen, man. I do this, bro.
You kind of been wrong a lot of times, though. You know,
that's cap.
Cool.
That's cap.
It's cool.
I can't listen when I'm for a fact proven wrong, and I feel like that's a L. I'll take that. Okay. I said Returnal's not gonna be successful on PC, but like I said, you can sell 10,000 copies and be, you could be a darling sweetheart story. But even though it still ain't moved 1 million units on PlayStation, but people think it's gonna sell over 1 million on PC, I highly doubt it. But listen, dog, I digress.
It's gonna do better than Uncharted on PC. I think it will be successful on PC, but
nigga, everything do better than Uncharted on PC. That shit didn't do nothing.
PC gamers are very particular.
That shit sold like Sackboy's Big Adventure, nigga.
PC gamers gonna do a boss run before they do a goddamn whole narrative cinematic experience.
Let's see. I want to see if it sell over 1 million on PC because it still ain't sold 1 million on PlayStation.
I don't know if that. I think it's sold 1 million by now. I think it's probably sold 1 million by now.
It's free, bro. You haven't had bro. That game been on PlayStation Plus for like 2 years now, bro.
Last of Us been free for a while, and that joint still sell.
Which is crazy because that game is free as well.
But all right, Streets. That's fall back. Let Jack Boo breathe for now.
Hey, Streets. Hey, I appreciate the Streets. Y'all keep me on my toes, man. Even though y'all wrong, but listen.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely wrong.
Dead Space developers Motive Studios says they have ideas for the future of Dead Space. We're hoping it all does well. I assume it's selling really well. It's got critical acclaim and all that.
Did you see the UK sales numbers though? Yikes!
I saw that it was. I didn't see the actual numbers. What were they?
The first week of UK sales number, it sold half of what Callisto Protocol did.
Really?
Yes, sir. Am I right, Tony?
So the Callisto Protocol actually outperformed that game first week in the UK.
In the UK,
according to the charts. So yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to do that overall.
It's viewed as a critical failure, right? So
I highly doubt it's doing that overall, though.
Well, I'm not surprised that happened, Jack, because Callisto Protocol comes out first, and people either fucked with it or they didn't fuck with it. If they fucked with it, they're not going to hop right into Dead Space right away.
That might be true.
I think it's going to sell really
well. Play one game and literally hop into like another version of the same game essentially right away.
Right now,
that might be true.
So I beat the game twice already. I'm doing my third Impossible run. I'm already on chapter 6.
Still on my first playthrough, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the platinum by tomorrow. But
hold up! I completely forgot. Who's beating this game?
What game?
Dead Space.
Me.
Yep.
Me.
Who else?
I haven't.
I'm getting close.
Now, is this a 1-to-1 rendition of the prior game?
Mostly, but there's a few story changes.
I'm talking about level design, enemies, where things are located. Is everything essentially the same 1-to-1?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Y'all said the three. Y'all said the.
I was like almost.
The zero gravity ain't the same.
It's but it's still like in the same. Everything is set up in the same place. They just improve zero gravity how it works. So you're not just jumping from platform. You're actually in flight.
I remember when people told me it's gonna be completely different, new areas. It's gonna be like Resident Evil 2 and what? I told y'all it was gonna be the same damn thing.
I don't know who. I don't remember people.
It's not the biggest difference as RE2. Absolutely not. No.
Like this happens with every remake. Oh, it's gonna be completely different, built from the ground up. Look at Demon Souls. Everything is
It is built same. It is rebuilt from the ground up.
Now I was wrong about that last one shit because I definitely thought it was gonna be totally different. Yeah, you was right about that.
Jack, have I led you astray on this remake bullshit yet?
Hey, Bob might be on to something, man.
I don't see what. It's not a negative that this game is mainly 1-to-1. Like that's exactly what people wanted. Like there was nothing.
It might be why I ain't in a rush to beat it because I'm just like, bro, I feel like I done played this shit already, bro. Like I don't know, man.
I've seen a lot of people that are getting 75% through the game and they're just like, I'm bored because I've already beaten this game before.
I'm gonna be real. RE2 remake, RE3 remake, they hit harder than The Last of Us and the Dead Space remake. I gotta be honest.
I get that because it's a new experience, but look, I don't hold being 1-to-1 against remakes. That's what I want. Unless it came before a certain era. I want it to be the same.
If it's 1-to-1 to a fault, I got a problem with that, right? Like Dead Space
still has the same bullshit ass glitches as the original game.
See,
that's not accurate.
The Last of Us is 1-to-1 to a fault, I would say, but y'all know why that is. But
I was right about that too, wasn't I, Jack?
Hey man, Bond is on it today, man. I can't even argue.
Hold on, now here's the next thing, BG. Is this Resident Evil 4 remake gonna be? I don't think it's gonna be 1-to-1.
No, it's not. It's not. You can tell from the gameplay. They.
But the people that made RE2 remake is making this one, so
because like let's be real, this whole remake bullshit is nothing more than a high-end HD remaster now. That's all it really is.
That's what I was trying to get to. So BG, you're against or you don't care about game preservation, but you're all about 1-to-1 remakes that barely change anything about the original game.
Tell him, Blandrew.
Because I don't want to play the game in the original state. That's a different remakes.
What they saying is the original state just mean it got slightly better graphics now.
Yeah,
like.
so
no, it's not just it's not just slightly better graphics. It's not. It looks better. It plays better. That's performance, and they improve certain systems that just don't work. That work now. That didn't.
You move a little faster in Dead Space now. You move a little faster.
Like we named the zero gravity, all that stuff. It's all these little changes to me. Make it worth it. No, I don't want to play these games in their original state. I don't want to remaster.
No, but you
don't want to play them in the
How much do they charge for this game?
This is what's crazy, though, BG. This is what's crazy.
Oh my god.
BG in the span of 3 minutes, BG said, "I don't want to play them in their original state. I love when games stick to their original." Like what the fuck?
That's not the same thing.
That's not the same thing. I don't want to play the game like you used to play.
That's not the same thing, Jack.
That's literally what you just said.
No, that's not the same thing. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I want them. Okay, it's like, okay, here's what I'm saying. I want, when you remake a game, I want you to follow the same path. That doesn't mean I want you to literally create it exactly how you did before. Follow the same path, but make it better.
That's
not the same thing as playing the original game. That's not the same thing.
So The Last of Us and Dead Space aren't the same thing, more or less?
They definitely are.
They're similar, yeah. And I have no problem with that. That's exactly what I want.
But you love them for that, but the biggest difference is the visuals. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, it's just tracing.
And it plays better. It plays better. That's what I want. What's the issue? I don't see the problem.
I wouldn't say it played better to the point where I'm like, oh my god, the difference is unbelievable. Like, I'm not blown away when I play Dead Space Remake. I'm like, this is a more polished version of what the fuck I already played. Same with Last of Us Remake.
Well, I don't see any problem with that. That's what I want.
It's a minimal. If you're not including the visuals, it's a minimal fucking difference. It's not.
That's the beauty about the Series X. At least they give you like the resolution and frame rate boost to make it feel somewhat new and fresh.
They're like the same resolution on PS5.
$70 on that whole experience.
Xbox and PS5 the same resolution.
No, I mean just like for Xboxes.
He said it automatically do it. You ain't got to buy the upgrade.
Yeah, but these remakes are nothing but high-end remasters. That's all they are.
And I'm completely fine with that. Listen, if you tell me one of my favorite games, what they're mainly doing is making the graphics much better and making the performance run better and a few minimal systems improvements, I'm in. Sign me up. I got no problem. What's the problem?
Here's the crazy thing to me, BG. If I already had owned, a reason why I didn't buy this game is if I already own the PC version, which I can play at 1440p, 120, 60, whatever, why the fuck am I paying $70 for this shit?
Because that PC version is still not that PC version of the 2008 Dead Space is still not as good as the PS5 version of the remake.
It's not a $70 difference, though.
I don't care. That doesn't matter to me.
It's like a $15, $20 upgrade.
I'm telling you, I don't care. If you don't want to buy it for that reason, don't. I'm saying I don't care. It's worth it to me.
High, like I said, Blandrew, remakes are high-end remasters now.
I used to be more like on BG side with this shit, but the more I'm like buying these games, and I'm like, yeah, I might have to be. Hey, Blandrew,
$70 too, Jack. They're selling these games, bro, as a brand new release, $70.
I see no issue.
I definitely spent $76 on this Dead Space remake.
I see no issue.
I still ain't beat that shit. I'm not in a rush to beat it. It is what it is.
You know, it's funny. BG says that this generation is one of the best generations ever. What the fuck are you playing? Instead of upgraded old games.
Hold on. Wait. I can name you like 10 remakes or remasters that came out last generation. I don't see your point.
Remaking old games.
Hold on. Wait, how many remakes and remasters came out last generation? How many? Count.
Probably.
What are y'all talking about? Why are y'all acting like remakes and remasters suddenly just appeared? No, they popped off last generation.
But here's also the thing, BG. They weren't charging $60, $70 for them.
Yeah,
some of them were like full price. They were like 50, 60. Some of them were full price.
They're like $30, $40.
Wait for a price drop then. I don't see the problem. Wait for a price drop.
All right, bro.
Well, I don't see no issue. Because listen, this is the same $70, $60 argument that we be telling people to shut the hell up for. If you don't think it's worth it, then wait for a price drop or a discount.
No, but it's all about worth at the end of the day.
Look, if it's a brand new game and you don't think it's worth it, that's one thing. But if it's literally a one-to-one update of an older game at $70, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, we heard they're bringing back Horizon Zero Dawn.
And that shit came out like that's years ago.
And that's probably going to be $70 too. You watch.
Yeah, that one I don't co-sign, obviously. That's not the same as this game. These games, you can listen. You can play
these other ones.
You can play Dead Space 2008.
What the?
And you can play Dead Space 2008 and clearly feel like, this feels dated. This feels like it feels old. That's without a doubt. So if you give me something updated that feels better to play, yes, I don't care about the price. I'm going to get it, and hence, since so many remakes have been selling so well, you know what that means? People want them. What are we complaining about?
That's all we're getting. That's more of what we're getting.
So now we're only getting remakes. So come on, stop this, bro. How many new games come out each year that are not remakes, and suddenly y'all acting like that's all we get? What are y'all talking about?
The reason these remakes are selling like this is because people that have been gaming for a while are hyping them up, putting them on a pedestal, and the newer games that's coming out are absolute dog shit. So if you're telling me the new Dead Space spiritual successor fucking sucks, and I could play the OG with way better graphics, I'm gonna play the OG. What you mean,
bro? I'm pretty sure if we bring up the top 10 selling games, top 20 actually, NPDs of 2022, there might be one remaster on there. All the rest are original games. What are y'all talking about?
Bet you GTA 5 still on that bitch.
Sure, because GTA 5 is an anomaly. That's still like
what excuse for some shit, man. You don't get an excuse for some shit.
No, because y'all are not making y'all are saying all we have to play is remakes and remasters. But when you look at the top selling games, you're not seeing remakes and remasters. Both cannot be true. It's not making sense.
Nobody said that though.
Come on. Yes, y'all did. Somebody literally just said that's all we're getting. I'm not deaf.
That wasn't me. All
right, hold on. Let's go back to MPD January. Somebody find this shit for me.
No, my main talking point was just I don't get how you can be against video game preservation and then be all about one-to-one remakes of modern day games.
I don't see how I have to explain that. I don't like the games. I don't like the games in their original state. If I'm not gonna play it in the original state, then why would I care about the original game?
Right, but again, you're like playing it, and it's
to be as close as it was to the original state, though.
You're playing.
I gotta go back to your original point and debunk it, BG. You said you wouldn't find these games on the MPD.
I said mostly. You might find one or two.
Is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, is that a remake of an old game?
Sure. I didn't say there would be none. I said mostly.
Is that Blandrew? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
correct?
yes, it is.
What else do we have on here? Oh, Mario Kart. Isn't that a port remake of an old game?
Yes,
Sure.
yes,
2014
Sure.
Mario
We got
Kart 8.
updated versions of Minecraft. You've got updated versions of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Those are not
How many
remasters.
generations of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Minecraft are on?
Let me
Old ass games.
Okay, let me read.
How many
I
generations
have the top
Minecraft
20.
and GTA
I have
5
the
on
top
this?
20
Like two or
games.
three.
I have the top 20 games of 2022 right in front of me. Let's see what it is. Okay.
I'm just looking at January,
okay.
dog.
Okay.
I'm
No,
looking at
I'm talking
January
about
20.
I'm talking about the entire year because that means more, right? That says what people are buying, right? The entire year. Elden Ring, Madden, God of War, Lego Star Wars, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, FIFA, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Horizon, MLB The Show, Mario Kart, that's one, Call of Duty Vanguard, Gran Turismo 7, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, another 2K game, Sonic Frontiers, Gotham Knights, Minecraft, Nintendo Switch Sports, Super Smash Bros. There's like two games you can consider remakes or remasters in that whole list. What are we talking about, man? It's like, come on.
And a bunch of rehashed sports games. Okay.
And once again, go ahead.
Look, this all I know. The two games that I had that I was gonna buy this year are Dead Space remake and Resident Evil 4 remake. After that, I don't know the next game. And Persona 4. I mean Persona 3 and Persona 4. Old games. Other than that, I don't know what the fuck I'm buying. All them games existed previously. I don't know
Jack,
what else I'm
that's
buying,
you.
bro.
There's plenty of it, bro. Hogwarts is coming out this week. Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
Stop it. Hogwarts.
Bro. No, listen. Listen to me. I'm not saying that I care about these games, but to say that, we're getting nothing but remakes and remasters. Look, the list this year is insane.
If your option,
I said that's what I'm getting. I ain't talking about.
Okay.
Listen, you already said why would I care about Hogwarts if you just told me why do I care about what other people? I don't give a fuck about what everybody else want to play. I care about what I want to play.
I'm just killing the narrative. I'm just killing the narrative that all we're getting is remakes and remasters. Shut up. That's nonsense. It's not true.
If this Hogwarts game flops, then Tony gonna be dancing on graves right now, man.
Hey man, all I know is Hogwarts coming out, Atomic Heart's coming out, Suicide Squad coming out. I don't know what else coming out after that.
There's literally you can literally just
I might play them.
You can just open a list of 2023 games and see everything. Like,
why I gotta open the list? Why I gotta open the list?
What do you mean? Why you gotta open the list? Like
Redfall,
Jedi Survivor, Dead Island 2, Final Fantasy 16, Diablo 4, Street Fighter 6. I just named a whole bunch of games, whole bunch of big games, not remakes or remasters.
PG, what was the last good Final Fantasy game?
What?
10.
What was the last good Final Fantasy game?
Not counting the Final Fantasy 7 remake, probably.
Mainline Final Fantasy. What was the last good one?
Bond, what does that have to do with anything?
I'm just curious.
It would probably be 10.
That's another one.
My point is, why are we hyping up Final Fantasy 16?
I'm not hyping up anything. I'm killing the narrative that all we're getting is remakes and remasters.
Like a Dragon is dropping this month. That's a remake. Oh man.
No, it's not. Ishin Like a Dragon. That's not a remake.
It's a port of a game
that's a brand. That is not a remake.
It's not a brand new game.
That's not a brand new game.
That came out at the launch.
Are we thinking of the same thing? Hold on.
Yeah,
Ishin Like a Dragon's a PS3 game remake.
I think you should take their word for it, BG.
Let me see.
And then we got a remaster of Kirby Deluxe coming out this month as well.
You can count that one.
Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
Hey man, listen. Every few years, industries go through shit. Movies always get recreated. Listen, this is the boom of remakes and remastering the game. And I don't know why you get so offended by it, brother.
Because
why are you so upset about it?
No, because it doesn't make sense. The majority, the remakes and the remasters are the minority by a long shot. But y'all acting like it's the only thing out there.
But no, all they said was they're in abundance and they don't feel that they're worth full price.
They're not in abundance.
Why is that an arguing point? I don't understand.
Because they're not in abundance. Like that. That's it.
Nigga, are you fucking insane, bro? Are you insane, bro?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm moving on.
Are you crazy, bro?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's all remakes and remasters out there. No original games.
You're right. They in abundance.
You're right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Who cares?
So if I put up
start upping these bets, man. These games are now like $70.
So if I put write down all the games that are coming out this year, right, that are not remakes and remasters, The remakes and remasters are gonna outnumber them.
The games people are hyping and want to play
that
are good.
A significant portion old games or remasters.
Oh God.
That doesn't negate the point, BG. It is what it is, bro.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I'm moving on. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Well, clearly.
Yeah. Numbers don't lie.
We got them, boys.
You don't.
Yes,
because
sir.
numbers don't lie.
Fuck BG.
Y'all working off of emotions. I'm looking at the numbers of original games right here, and y'all talking about, oh, there's so many remakes and remasters.
Original games, bro.
Oh man. Anyway.
Do you like these original games, Mr. I'm finna play
that's not the argument. That's not the argument.
So, but this is the point. You just said, why do people argue for other people? You're not arguing for yourself right now.
I'm not, bro. Y'all said
you play Street Fighter,
BG. Hold on, BG. You playing Dead Space remake right now. You're very high for RE4 remake. You're playing remakes and remasters of old games. You're not playing none of this new shit that you don't give a fuck about.
I am playing some of these games that I
named. If you argued for yourself, good brother, you would be in agreement with us.
I am playing some of these games that we named. That's number one. Number two.
What's the games?
I have Final Fantasy 16 pre-ordered. I have Redfall pre-ordered.
Go ahead. Well, I'm talking about what games are currently out that you're playing. Which ones?
Jack, we literally just got to February. What are you talking about?
Nigga, dude, you're changing me. You gotta stop playing games. You know games came
Nigga,
out
we
last
just
year,
got to February. Most of the time, games don't drop in January like that. What do you mean?
DG, games from 2022 in the past
Blandrew, why are you bringing up games? I don't
look. Hold on, BG, it's that easy. I just got through playing River City Girls 2. New game just dropped in December? Yeah,
bro.
You got any close?
I do not. Y'all. All the games that I wanted to play from 2022, I beat already.
Oh,
all of them.
Okay.
That's how I've always been.
What was the last one? The newest one?
The last game I beat from 2022.
Just name some. What the fuck, you
nigga? I named off my list last year. We literally, that's the last podcast we did of the year, was naming all the games we beat.
Oh, Callisto, I got one for you, BG. Callisto Protocol. There you go.
Yeah, you doing this? You trolling me on purpose. You trolling me on purpose.
No, I'm not. You acting stupid today. What the fuck?
No, I'm not. You asked me what games I beat for 2022, like we didn't do a whole podcast dedicated to that.
I asked what non-remake or remaster have you been playing recently that you beat? All you had to do was say Callisto Protocol. What the fuck? You all right?
Oh my God. We moving on.
Please do, brother.
I see y'all had the meeting. Let's troll BG.
Hey,
y'all had that meeting again.
BG, before release, how about this? BG, before release, right? Would you pick Callisto over Dead Space remake?
Before both games were released, would I pick Callisto?
Yeah, before release, yeah. Before you played it.
No. What does that mean? That means
you pick the remaster over the new game.
What does that mean?
Keep it moving, BG. Next time.
Yeah, Dead Space is
the new games before that ain't as good as the remake.
Dead Space is the more proven game. So yes, I would have chosen that.
So you're taking the remakes over the new games. What
does that have to do with anything with any point we've been making?
Hold it down.
We should be so enamored with these new games. You just said for yourself they not hitting on nothing.
No, I didn't. I said,
that's
a straw man, because I said I'm picking Callisto, one game from an unknown studio who's never made a game, so I'm choosing something established, and I believe in EA motive more, and because they've done developer diaries, so that proves something that I would choose that over Callisto. Like, shut up.
Wait,
it's a dumb argument.
Developer diaries, what the fuck are you talking about?
BG, are you picking up Zelda Tears of the Kingdom?
No, because I don't. The last one bored me.
Are you picking,
the last
one
Bayonetta
or are you picking up Bayonetta?
You know I hate Bayonetta.
Are you picking up Advance Wars Remake?
Of course.
All right, next time.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? No, because listen, look at what Blandrew did. Look at what Blandrew did. No. Notice, see, because I know what Blandrew was doing. Notice he didn't ask me, "Are you picking up Fire Emblem?" Because he knows he knows I am. He asked me. No, listen. No, shut up. Listen.
Are you taking the new not Fire Emblem?
He asked me 2 games he knows I hate. He knows I don't like Zelda. He knows I hate Bayonetta. He don't ask, are you picking those up? You know exactly what you're doing, Blandrew. What?
Pikmin 4?
BG.
Okay, I'm done with you. You know I don't care about none of those games.
Real quick. BG.
But you skip Fire Emblem convenient.
The new BG. BG, would you rather have the new Final Fantasy game or the part 2 to the remake?
Right now, I'll take Final Fantasy 16.
That's cap. That's cap.
Right now, yes.
You lying.
Right now. And once again, this has nothing to do. And y'all are still not addressing the argument. The argument was always, are we getting more remakes and remasters than original games? Suddenly, y'all turn that into what does BG prefer? That was never the topic.
Always argument.
That was never the topic.
You changed
So
the topic was we just said it was on remake.
y'all can continue to change it, move the goalposts.
Which games would you take over Resident Evil 4 remake?
Y'all can continue to move the goalposts.
Would you take Harry Potter? Would you take Harry Potter over Resident Evil 4?
I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I'm not a Harry. Stop asking me, am I taking games when I'm not a fan of them?
Oh,
what game would you take?
BG, are you? BG, are you gonna play? Are you gonna play Pikmin even though you always hated Pikmin? BG, are you gonna play this card game even though you don't like card games? Like, shut up,
BG. Pick.
No, next topic. Y'all asking dumb questions. The dumb questions. The Ask BG dumb questions topic is done.
Topic, man.
Hey, Tony
Next
got
topic.
clogs on your neck right now. Let's go.
Hey, y'all.
The Ask BG dumb questions segment is over. We're moving on.
I was just asking some fair and honest.
No, y'all asking dumb. BG, are you looking forward to Bayonetta? I said I hated Bayonetta since that hoe breathed air.
This is a different type of Bayonetta game.
Why are you so angry, bro?
Yeah.
Gonna ask me if I'm looking forward to Bayonetta.
I hate when I can hear his wife beating. Relax, BG. God dang.
He invited palpitating off his chest so he could yell at me.
Crazy. It's okay, BG. We still
like
you, bro.
Pikmin. Oh yeah, I would have picked plants out the ground and have them follow me. Shut up,
bro. What's the next topic, bro?
Yeah, bro. He gonna say it again.
Anyway, what I was gonna summarize regarding Dead Space is they should obviously when they get to 3, whatever their plans is, I do think they need to do 3 over, like completely change that story because 3 was trash. So, and the gameplay, they need to change that too. Moving on.
We done talking about this remake, BG?
Let's move on, man.
Okay.
You talking about 2 remakes down the line? Come on, bro.
Hey, this dude is sick, man.
Talking about imaginary remakes right now.
It's funny. Same niggas talk about B is the same niggas buying the remakes.
Move on.
You know, like I don't get it. Like they buying it too, but I'm the problem. Y'all.
Stay for after dark, man.
Anyway, okay. Smoove, you there?
No. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Quick thoughts. You know, Gears 6 has been coming up as a topic because what happened? Coalition. Was it Coalition that canceled like 2 games?
They canceled 2 projects. None of these games we ever heard of.
Right. And they canceled 2 projects and are now focusing on, I guess, Gears 6.
They canceled 2 new games to make Gears again.
2 new projects. We're not sure what they were. But Gears, the thing with Gears, right? For it to not suffer the same fate as Halo, it needs some changes. I want to know what do you think needs to be done with Gears?
You got to deliver a good Gears game.
That's not enough.
Like,
great point.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, here's the only issue, right? I know everybody wants Coalition to move on from Gears and whatnot, but the problem is the game ended with a ridiculous cliffhanger. So the game can only be on ice for so long. So the thing is that what I want people to stop doing is just like, okay, they hear a rumor that Coalition canceled like 2 games, and the first thing they do is say, poor management. And I'm like, bruh, since the launch of UE5, the first thing Coalition did was they put up with like a blog post. They say, hey, we're going to pause work on Gears 6 so that we can learn Unreal Engine 5. We're going to do a couple projects. I mean, never said they were going to release any games or anything. They're going to just work on Unreal Engine 5 before they resume work on the next Gears game or to resume work on a Gears story, right? So what did they do in that time? They worked on the Enter the Matrix demo, Unreal Engine 5 demo, which we all got to experience. They've also built a tech demo for the Lumen shit. Right after they had that PS5 demo, the Coalition had their own specific demo to show off. They did that. That's work. They've also helped 343, or Bond says 043, launch Halo Infinite, right? So that's another thing. And then whatever projects they were working on it. Now, they only, in Coalition and even Epic back in the day, used to work on whatever they're working on for that engine. So when it was time to launch Gears is taking advantage of most, if not everything, that engine can do. So since Gears of War was usually the showpiece or the reveal piece of the next Unreal Engine. So they've done that. Now, fast forward to, was it January, December, when those layoffs happened, Coalition also got hit. I don't know how bad they got hit, but that might have impacted whatever the teams that were working on these smaller projects that might have never even seen the light of the day. But the thing is, though, like, people can't treat it like, they announced a game or they showed us some game, we got to see it, and then 6 months later they announced that they canceled it. Nothing was ever announced. We just, we don't know what they were working on. We have no idea what they're working on. Now we just know, or it's rumored, that there are hands on deck on working on Gear 6. And who's to say that Microsoft canceled it? This probably was canceled internally within the Coalition. Like, all right, you know what? We're done with this. We kind of got our hands around what Unreal Engine 5. We can resume work on Gear 6. Who knows? But I want Gear 6 because they ended it on a crazy cliffhanger. And then there's some, I just want to see what Gears would look like on Unreal Engine 5. I mean, the engine looks good. Gears historically looks good. I'm curious to see how it would transition over into the next engine. Now, I'm not against Coalition working on a quote unquote passion project or working on anything on the outside of Gears. I would love to see them do that. But at the end of the day, they make Gears. So, I mean, maybe we'll see their game at some point, but at the end of the day, I'm not really mad at this story. It would be a different thing if we got like Scalebound or Fable Legends or something like that, where we see sort of the game got to envision us playing this shit and whatnot, and then next thing you know, was canceled or something like that. But nah, I don't know what they did, so I can't be mad.
Hey, Smoove, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think Gear 6 is worth revisiting, continuing that current storyline, or is it something that you think they should just come up with a new identity for and redefine Gears of War?
Nah, I'm not having the Michael Myers Gears of War, bro. Nah, you see what happened to Michael Myers every time they freaking end this shit on some sort of cliffhanger, bring Michael Myers back, and it's a whole freaking different story. It makes no damn sense.
But the way people talk about Gears of War now, it's like they don't even really care about the story. Just from what I've observed about the original trilogy compared to now, it's just like,
well, the original trilogy is different. These are two different trilogies. So the Marcus story, that COG story is done. Now, if you ask me personally, I believe the series, or at least that story, should have ended where it did, and technically it did. They didn't really need to make another Gears, but you know what I mean? It's that Halo effect. It's that Forza effect. It's one of the best-selling IPs that Xbox owns, so you got to find a way to expand it. So
they got the Gears of War ODST
real quick.
Aren't they remaking Gears or re-releasing it?
It's rumored that they're remaking the trilogy.
Okay.
But Gears of War,
I'm not
Master
sure.
Chief Collection,
The Marcus Phoenix collection.
Let me hop in here real quick. I
Go ahead,
think
Bond.
Gears is in a way better position than Halo.
It is.
Gears hasn't really suffered from anything other than repetition, which isn't bad because it's a good formula. What I would do with the game is Gears Tactics was a great game, but it's obviously not very popular because it's not as in-depth as a game would be for like the XCOM type crowd, but it also is an XCOM type game on a console crowd. That's why the game came out exclusively on PC first before it even came to consoles. But I think there's a lot of good ideas that you can use from Gears Tactics to implement into actual Gears of War.
Yeah.
Such as...
Or like a Mass Effect
I mean,
squad.
the weapons, the mission types. commanding of units and everything. Just a lot of things, actually. I mean, I haven't played the game in a while, but there's a lot of things that go on in Gears Tactics. I was like, damn, this would have been awesome in an actual Gears of War game.
I don't think you can just release Gear 6 and it be another cover shotgun shooter, right?
Nah, what you trying to turn this shit?
Why not? Why not?
Because it was like that for 7 games,
5
now,
games in a row.
Yeah, but if you include Judgment,
all right. So question,
and I'm not saying change the genre.
Weird. But then what are you asking it to do?
I'm saying you have to you have to come up with some type
weapons.
You have to come up with some type of new mechanics to make the game more dynamic. I don't know what those mechanics are, but that's not my job to figure it out. You have to come up with, you have to keep the DNA of Gears, but make it feel new by introducing new mechanics. Like that, like what was it, Jack, their robot? That was something I guess kind of new.
No, they put driving mechanics, or like they did that in a couple of the games.
The semi-open world was in
the semi-open world. So they've actually doing what you're saying, because what more can you do without diverging away from what it actually is?
You need to go crazy. You need to go crazy with it. Like there was very light, I guess you can consider it, RPG mechanics, and I think there might have even been what you consider side missions in 5.
Yeah, there were side missions in 5. Yeah.
I think you just got to go crazy with that stuff. You got to go, just all the way in. Pause.
I mean, but they've been headed towards that direction. Every game, ever since the Coalition, took over, they've tried to do something, different or add something. And people, another underrated thing they did, Gears 5 was more, melee heavy than any previous Gears.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good addition. I like that. They should also make the game more vertical.
Yeah, Judgment was more vertical. Nobody liked that shit.
They got to shut the hell up and sit down. You need to make it like where it's not just like it's not just like fighting gunfights on a flat plane all the time. And they did change that up a little bit, but it needs to be, they need more verticality. They and maybe there's even something new you can come up with the movement. Not sure what it is, but
I think they could do a lot of good things with the melee too. That could, I think, solve things, because it's either just shotgun or hold B and chainsaw somebody. I think they could do some fun things with the melee.
Yeah, I don't. That's why they get paid the big bucks to be creative and figure it out, see what works. So.
Yeah, but I think BG's right. The formula as it is right now is kind of getting stale.
Yeah. And I still think that what they did with the choice at the end of the game, that was a mistake. I feel like that was a narrative mistake.
You shouldn't do shit like that.
Yeah, and it's because it's like I'm still wondering, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna go with? They have the telemetry. I'm sure they could go with what most people chose as that choice.
They can go based off your save, bro. Like,
who still got that save?
I mean, everybody still got their cloud saves, baby. Xbox, man. Yeah. Everybody got their saves.
PC and my Xbox.
I think if they do that, I mean, they could do. But here's the thing, and I said this on Planet Xbox. By the way, Planet Xbox is back every Saturdays, early afternoon. All right, so what I said they could do is like, there's a lot going on in the Gears universe, right? So they could either go based off your save file and whatnot, or they could do the bullshit that BG said, go with the most choice, which doesn't make sense to my save, because I'm pretty sure my choice.
Everybody killed that black dude, bro.
Right? Yeah, right. So,
exactly. That's gonna be the canon, bro. Come on now, let's not be stupid.
So, but here's the thing, right? You look what's going on. Look how they kept people alive in previous Gears games.
Yep.
They either merged them with the Locust, or they got those cog robots that they can do. They'll find a way to keep one of the dudes alive, right? So they don't completely ruin a story, and that will eliminate what you have to do. Because doesn't fucking Jaded
the son? Let's be real.
Yeah, but doesn't Marcus already got like a robot on it?
No, I'm just saying they're not going to kill JD.
I mean, not Marcus, JD. Yeah. See that I wasn't making that. I thought that was tough. Did I kill JD?
And the thing is, it's like the black dude. They didn't do enough character building, so that was why the choice was like kind of trash, because it wasn't like, oh man, I'm really torn right now. You know, oh man, like I feel so connected to this character. No, I don't.
You spent 75% of the game with him. So what do you mean? Like, and you got to you got to consider Gears 4. You got two games with him, and then in the game that you're playing, you spend 75% of the time with him.
But you spend time with him, right? He's there, but like the dialogue doesn't make you feel like, oh man, I know this nigga from kindergarten or something. Like, nah, if he dies, he dies.
Another problem that Gears has is the original cast is so good. These new dudes are like Boruto Next Generation level. Nobody gives a fuck about them.
I like the Boruto cast.
I do like
Kate's chat.
And I do like Kate's storyline. You know, I do like it, you know, with everything with her mother and, you know, the queen and all that connected. But I don't know, man. I'll be interested to see what they do. As Jack mentioned, I think Jack mentioned this earlier, but just to say it formally, yeah, God of War Ragnarok sold 11 million copies in 2 months and some change. I think I saw a report that equates to like $9 billion. I don't know if that's accurate. I haven't done the math. I saw some figure like that. That's what it generated.
Awesome.
And yeah, listen, 11 million in 2 months and some change is very impressive. There's been a lot of people trying to somehow downplay that. I don't know how you do, because I think they're still trying to use the install base argument. I think you could that's something you can use when consoles first come out, right? Because when consoles first sell in that first year, it's mainly the hardcore who are buying it. I think so. So you expect the hardcore to buy the first party exclusives and everything like that. But after like that first year, when sales start to balloon, those are like the casuals and everybody else buying it for whatever else. So I don't think install base at that point can be used to say, it should sell this much at this point. So that's why I think that argument is dumb. And like these shareholders don't care about percentages and ratios and how much the game sold from the install base. They're looking at that 11 million and how much the game sold. They can't you can't take percentages to the bank. So they care about how much it sold regardless of how many PS4s and PS5s are out there. And also 11 million in 2 months by any test is very impressive. Like if you look at Elden Ring is like up to 20 million or something like that. And that's across like 5 platforms. Even Breath of the Wild sold like 27 million. And Nintendo switches up to
28.
28. Nintendo switches up to 130, which is still a higher percentage than like even the God of War 2018, but still, it's still 90 million. That means there's like 90 something million people who have a Nintendo Switch that haven't played Zelda. So all I'm saying is like people trying to make it seem like it's not impressive and based on install bases are idiots, because around 10 to 15% are what the best exclusives do. So this is doing really well, especially in 2 months. And I think God of War 2018 did like 3 million in like the first few weeks or something like that. So this one is gonna outsell that one. It's outpacing it by crazy numbers. So
my Discord fucking up, yo. You hear me?
Yeah, we
hear you.
Yeah.
My Discord is fucking up, bro.
You dropping frames or what?
So you don't hear me when I call you a bitch? Okay.
Next topic.
You heard that. So yeah, God of War selling really well. Let me see. Yeah. Have y'all seen this day before gameplay?
Is that the game with the black dude on it?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
They trying to pull a fast one.
This game, oh my! They put out some gameplay this week, and I think it's like 15 minutes, and 12 minutes of it is literally you just walking around. Nothing happens. It's so bad. Like, and this mind you, PC gamers, a lot of people were falling for the tricks because this was the most wish-listed game on Steam, right? And now you see the game. The first gameplay they showed like last year looked pretty impressive. then they said the game was delayed because they were moving to the new Unreal Engine, and then it was delayed again because of some legal issue. And some people are speculating that the game is like really vaporware. Yeah, this game is. It was one of those games that looked too good to be true, and it definitely seems too good to be true. It looks bad. Anybody care about this game? No.
Not at all.
Yeah, the recent gameplay
Not
looks
particularly.
horrible. Like, cause this was that original game that showed up, like, let's say a couple years ago, looked like the Division with like
and The
zombies
Last
and
of
shit
Us,
like that, and everything was just like it was a whole lot of talking, voiceover and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The recent gameplay they showed looked like some a cross between a State of Decay 2 and PUBG. Like, I swear, but it was
walking around like a dark
extremely
city.
empty, extremely
Yeah.
empty though.
Just dry and stale. Like you could have fell asleep watching that 15-minute. Oh my God.
I'm sure this community will check it out and play it.
PC gamers still gonna buy it because PC gamers like that. They like those games where you could just walk around and explore, and it gives you like random stuff can happen.
The illusion of options. Yes. I
Yeah,
love that.
exactly. When it's just an empty world that's dry.
Question: y'all think we'll ever get back to the that era of gaming? What was the not Dead Rising? What was that game where you was crafting shit in the mall like a microwave and a saw blade?
That's Dead Rising. That's
Dead Rising.
Right.
Y'all think we'll get games like that again? Or no? I haven't seen a game like that in a minute where you just sitting there as a sandbox, really, for the zombies.
Yeah, I think there's opportunity for games like that to come back.
Because that was a game where literally the only fun part was, all right, what can I combine with this and that? That shit was shallow as hell.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next.
That game almost killed BG.
Dead
Wish
Rising.
you would have got to.
Oh yeah. That is one of the ones that almost killed me. I streamed that game and I
Should played
almost
it for longer.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
that's
you
real
played
funny.
the one the nigga was a mechanic, right?
You know, BG got sick from playing the game. He hasn't said career the same since.
Hey,
Yeah.
Korea.
Because Dead Rising, it didn't have an option to turn off the motion blur, and the motion blur was really strong, right? So
Oh.
I was streaming it, and I was wondering, I'm like, yo, why do I feel like this?
I
Like
only
I
played
felt
the one Dead Rising 2 when he was in the mall type shit with the dad. Had the yellow jacket on.
Yeah. I didn't like that one, but the Dead Rising 3 was damn near my favorite. That was a cool ass game.
it was an
Wasn't that the
Xbox.
worst one?
Wasn't that the one where you had to pay for the ending?
Oh
Didn't you have to
no,
buy
it was a
didn't you have to
cliffhanger. It
buy
was
the ending?
yeah, it was a cliffhanger, and it was something like
They
that
gave
where
you
you
like
had to.
that was bad. That was like towards the end of like the DLC era, like when you actually like. But they had like 3 expansions for that game.
Nigga, I remember the ending was just getting picked up by the helicopter or not. It was something crazy. I remember somebody was.
Yeah.
If
So
BG
Kind
would've
of
died,
crazy
that
how
shit would've been lit.
trash Capcom used to be. Just thinking back about it in that whole generation.
yeah, because this was an
Talking
Xbox
about-
One launch
Bruh,
game.
like
You know what brought him back, Blandrew?
Remakes and remasters.
Yep, gotta love them. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
That's true.
And that's
We know
sometimes
you love it,
sometimes
BG.
you
You're
need
gonna
to
tell
sometimes
us.
you need to reset.
See,
And-
if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it, BG.
Yeah,
You know that.
But
It's a
but
Microsoft, Jack.
I don't need it. I don't need to know it, Jack. They do.
Ooh, okay. Look at you.
Coming
You fighting back. You fighting back now.
BG, what's your most anticipated Capcom game right now?
These nuts.
Hold it down.
I saw the gameplay for that. That was fine.
I don't.
Yo.
Yo, you crazy. What the hell was I about to say? Oh yeah. So this
Got
was
him flustered.
this was an Xbox One launch game, that Dead Rising 3 game, and I played it. Then you couldn't turn on motion blur. I almost died. I got real like just nauseated on stream, and I think I told the stream like, yeah,
I was actually watching this stream.
Is that stream still up? Because I know you and that
Nah.
He was on Twitch. He stood up. He was acting woozy and shit.
yeah. I started
Man, that
hunching.
nigga
I
had me
think I
cracking
started
up.
hunching over. Started hunching over a
Nigga
little
looked
bit.
like he looked like he was turning into one of the zombies. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, is
That's
BG about to die, bro?
Were you like gasping? Were you like, I'm trying to.
Nah,
Were you
but
like
my-
struggling? I want to go
my,
watch that.
bro, my mouth got dry and like my stomach started
Whoa.
turning.
Whoa.
It was bad.
Sound like a
bad,
good
bro.
Saturday night, nigga.
You know, you gay.
No, not with the dry mouth. No.
Look at Jack. He say like I've
y'all
been there,
are
done
wild,
that.
bro. I'm moving on. You can't talk nothing, man. You can't talk like a mature adults around here at all.
Nigga
without
Jack
something
said,
to
"Take it from me." What the hell?
be- some some minor Wolverine details. It's gonna, according to these reports, it's gonna be M-rated.
Yay!
They're not gonna have any links to the Fox movies. This is gonna be before he joins the X-Men, and the release is 2024, 2025.
The source was Jeff Grubb, right?
It might have been. It might have been.
We sourcing Jeff Grubb on this podcast?
Might say that with a grain of salt, brother.
God,
Hey,
dang.
when other sources start to report it, then I write it down. And enough people reported it other than Jeff Grubb. So I was like, all right, I guess I got to talk about it.
I got like 20 examples I can pull out of my pocket right now. That nigga being dead wrong.
Like,
Pantaloons.
When VGC reports it, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to bring it up. You know, so yeah, that's Wolverine.
Man, give me an Ultimate Alliance, bro. Fuck these little one-off games. I
like how everything we talking about is rumors and leaks and speculation. Where are the confirmed? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, and the rumor is stuff we just, we knew. Like Wolverine was rated M. It was coming out 2024.
I don't think that was ever confirmed.
I could have said
we
that.
We didn't know that it was rated M.
Yeah, I don't think we
I
knew.
was hoping it would have an M rating.
Niggas was hoping that they went back to the
when they first revealed Wolverine, they said it like in like a little blog post, like this is gonna be like a mature rated
Didn't you
game.
have to put in like your date of birth when you went on the site or something?
What that mean?
Really?
I don't mean nothing.
Nice.
They said mature tone, but they could have still went for a teen or something like that though.
date of birth is just for analytics, nigga. They don't care how old you are looking at it.
No, I mean like if you want to like access this content.
Yeah.
like,
They do
old
that
or
on
something, or-
PlayStation blog.
Fam, I ain't seen any of your birth since Adventure Quest days, nigga. Who was really doing that?
They said it's late 2024, early 2025, I believe too.
Yeah.
I need that more than that new Spider-Man game. That Spider-Man game about to feel like a remaster. Low key.
I hope you're wrong about that, but who knows?
All right. Where should I go?
Any confirmed news, BG? Anything we can?
Oh yeah, I got some.
into BG.
I got some confirmed bad news. Listen, this week
All right,
wasn't
let's
that.
hear it.
This week wasn't that spicy, by the way. So yeah, y'all gotta relax.
Just you, right? Yeah.
Anyway, 343 or 043, going through a reorganization. The report said the studio and franchise is essentially all but starting from scratch. At least 95 people have been let go, and Halo is switching from there was rumors about this for a long time.
Don't
Halo
they say shit every week? Like what the?
But this is apparently confirmed now. Halo is switching to Unreal with a new game code called Tanaka. And I think they said this is the battle royale.
This sounds like another rumor. This sounds like another rumor.
Who's Tanaka?
This is
what source is this? What source is this? Is this a 343 press release?
it's on the websites, my dog.
The Weapon Wheel Discord.
Which website?
All of them.
What are you doing? What are you eating, BG?
This is another move. This is another move.
All of them. No, it's not. This is real talk. This is real talk.
BG, I'm gonna dock your pay.
This is real talk, and I think this is the battle royale. The battle royale that they've been rumoring for a long time. This is it. This is real talk, bro.
Get at a break, bro. Getting battle royales a break.
All right, man. Y'all don't want to talk about 043 no more? Fine, I'm moving on.
You know what? Smoove is in here. Smoove, what you think about all this? I think they need to make a good game. Thank you, Smoove.
I'm not really interested to see what's going on. I can't imagine Halo on Unreal Engine. It just doesn't seem like it would translate well. Halo plays a specific way. I'm not sure if there's any game made with Unreal that plays like Halo. So I'm sure it'll look good. I just don't know how it would translate. So that's my only concern. But at the end of the day, man,
I'm an
very
Xbox gamer. I get what I can get. Yes.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed.
What if this is the change that Halo
output.
just needs? This might be the change, or start the change.
Engine. But the thing is, the gameplay and stuff wasn't even an issue. The graphics really wasn't even an issue. It was the content. Like the game plays well. The game looks well.
But you need
the
any
multiplayer
change.
actually is all right.
You need any change you can get though.
Yeah, but Unreal's the change. We have a management issue. Oh, the fix. Unreal Engine 5. Oh, really? Wow, that's great.
But this may ease the development, because I also heard something about like, okay, that slip space thing. There's a lot more people who have experience with Unreal than slip space. So
Absolutely.
it makes hiring easier and development easier and
I
stuff
mean,
like that.
does Bungie have a hard time hiring people to work on like freaking Destiny? That's weighed off the engine that was deprived over the engine that pretty much helped create Slipspace. They literally are almost similar engines. Like I don't understand.
The difference is one company is good, the other company is trash.
I don't know what to tell you, Smoove.
They want to know who submitted the Forza gameplay.
This Forza gameplay looks ass. I'm guessing this is the DLC.
It was Forza 3.
The Hogwarts DLC. This
Yeah, it was Forza 3. I gotta look up who sent it in. I don't remember. Why they couldn't drive?
Jazzy about to come in here. It's my gameplay.
No, this Fire Emblem is Jazzy's.
Forza just looked ass. Forza just looked ass. Continue.
Okay. Okay, let's get this Dragon Age Dreadwolf thing out the way.
Oh, hold up. Before we move on from Halo, anybody see that one racist dude talk about Halo is more iconic than The Last of Us or Uncharted, whatever the fuck?
Which racist dude? There's like plenty of them on Twitter now.
Right? Halo is not more iconic than The Last of Us at this point. Halo, unfortunately, is nothing but a mid-game and a shitty TV show compared to The Last of Us, which is a critically acclaimed video game, a high-selling video game, a much better game, and then a highly rated show, even if I don't agree with it.
I would say it's more iconic. I wouldn't say it's more relevant than...
It's not iconic. That shit is dead.
It was at one point.
It was, agreed, it was, but it's dead. Halo is not even as popular as the Horizon franchise now.
I think
but people are still familiar with like Master Chief and
I think if you put like a Spartan in front of a random person who's not necessarily a gamer, they probably know what game that's from. If you show them Joel and Ellie, they might be like, who the hell is these mofos? You know, so I still think it's more iconic.
Yeah,
but
it's
not
like
as relevant.
It's just not relevant like that.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do we?
Yeah, maybe. So some Dragon Age Dreadwolf details and some gameplay apparently leaked. It was alpha gameplay.
Another leak.
There's some changes to coming to Dragon Age that I think the purists and the diehard were very upset about from what I've seen. So it's going to be fully real-time combat. Plays like a hack and slash. The other ones didn't. Combat inspired by God of War 2018. Possibly
did they say that? Oh, no.
Possibly no direct party control. You could do that in previous ones. Much improved animations, fully single player. And but it's not going to be released anytime soon. So, and even though I play Dragon Age Inquisitions, but I don't have like a super long history with the series, I can fully understand why people would be upset, like when major changes come to a game that that you've played and you love and everything like that. Even though I not necessarily bothered by this, I understand. I get it. You know, you fully changing up this game to be a hack and slash game when that's not the genre it was at all before. But they're clearly doing that because they don't believe, and the industry kind of points to the fact that traditional ways of playing RPGs are kind of being escorted out, and you got to like make it more action oriented nowadays for the masses to care. I guess that's why they're going in this direction.
I don't agree with that. And who's starting that narrative anyways?
Sales, I think.
Well, BG, what is the most popular JRPG?
Is it Final
Pokemon?
Fantasy?
Pokemon, exactly.
Oh, okay. What about outside of that?
Dragon Quest.
Okay, yeah, that's still turn-based.
Exactly.
And then Persona's on the come up too. It's like,
hey man, I don't know. So who they listening to? Why are they making these changes? I don't know.
They're pulling a Microsoft, listening to people that don't even buy the fucking games. That's why they're closing down all their studios and doing dumb shit. I don't know what the fuck Square Enix is doing.
Not a fan person.
Hey BG, why are you ducking the topic all these live service games shutting down, man?
No, we gonna get to that. I can't wait
bro.
I can't wait for that.
What's the hold up? We waiting on that. I'm waiting on that.
That's the only reason why you was in here. You could have sat your ass out then.
Shut your bitch ass up, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it moving, BG.
So Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about Dragon Age unless y'all do. PC dudes is upset.
Yes, sir.
They mad.
Yeah, because they compared it to God of War 2018. You know they weren't fucking with that.
Yeah, which is a very different game from what Dragon Age was. So I mean, I get it.
When's the last time BioWare's made a game or a good game?
Anthem was the last game they made.
Good, yeah, but good.
Good times.
Stand on that.
Mass Effect Andromeda. I mean, I don't.
Good game.
I mean, I haven't heard of BioWare
Mass
making a good
Effect
game, and I
Republic.
can't even think of how long or any game.
Well, they thought BioWare was going to make an amazing game with Anthem. They blamed that on like the B team with Andromeda, and then they made an even worse game with Anthem. So
what's the A team been doing?
Anthem. Oh, I think they're doing a Dragon Age.
You know what? This is one of those times where I wish Microsoft would just buy the company and put them out of their misery. Like, if you want a company to die, the best thing you could do is have Microsoft buy them.
That's not nice. Smoove.
Not
Man,
nice
at least
at
you
all.
get paid out.
That is true.
Yeah.
So I
Not
figure
wrong.
I reckon you support the Activision deal, Bond, right?
I couldn't tell you the last time I bought an Activision game.
Okay, we're about to get to the games as a service. Before that, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo are skipping E3. E3 is dead. That's no surprise. Bella Ramsey she pretty much confirmed. Unfortunately, she's gonna be in part 2, and there's not gonna be like a recasting for older Ellie.
Bro, they can make her look older. She's 19. She'll be like 21 by the time the next season comes
They
out.
can't make that face different.
Though, her height.
Abby about to pick up and body slam her ass on her neck.
Yeah, pretty much. Also,
bounce over her head.
everybody give me my flowers. Like I told you, E3 needs to die, and it died.
Why do
Pack
you
that
think you
shit
do?
up.
Huh?
Why do you feel
I've
like
been telling y'all E3 has been garbage for a while.
we still need it though?
What's
Why
that
you-
going to do with
We don't need it. We got the Game Awards now.
Game Awards.
That's essentially
Yeah, it's just another
games
type of
trash.
E3.
yeah. You're doing the same shit. You just got another name.
E3. E3's been trash forever.
That's not
You're
true.
talking about the format. We talking about the need for a space
show.
to
The
celebrate games.
the
and-
need to show garbage. Yeah, E3 hasn't been good since like 2013.
That's cat.
You ain't gonna go that far.
Every year I say it's trash, and every year wait to E3. Oh wow!
E3 2016 was amazing. That shit.
E3 20.
maybe E3 for certain companies, but other niggas be
That
E3.
E3
is
2016 was
because we've been hearing wait to E3 from Xbox dudes for a good damn decade, and that's
bad,
not
kid.
even being
My bad,
sarcastic.
E3 2015 to 18, I would say we're good.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft paid them niggas at E3 to close down just so they don't have to show up and embarrass themselves.
E3 2017 was a remake of E3 2016, if you remember.
Low-key.
What games are there?
They literally just showed the same Days Gone, fucking they showed the same shit they showed the year before.
Hell is E3 2016? Because everybody says that it's great.
You don't want to see Senua's Sacrifice again?
God of War, Horizon, Spider-Man, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human,
All
Resident Evil
fucking
2
mid-ass
remake.
games.
No,
Yeah,
sir, you're bugging. You're
okay.
bugging.
Oh, and I remember 2016. I'm looking at my videos. Nintendo had only shown one playable game that year. Xbox shows nothing, and then you just named a bunch of mid-ass PlayStation games outside
Hey,
of
watch-
God of War.
watch
So
your
how
mouth.
is that
biggest
fucking
loophole.
legendary?
Watch your mouth, brother.
How is that legendary? You know what? Everybody that said legendary in the chat, you're getting timed out for a minute. Fucking crazy. Nintendo shows one playable game. Xbox has
It was
shown anything in a
legendary
decade.
for Sony,
and
man. They come out for
PlayStation
Sony,
shows
man.
a
They
bunch of mid-ass games, and niggas calling it legendary. How about y'all play the Legend of Heroes? If you want to play
Ooh.
something legendary.
Those were
I
great
like
years.
that.
The Jiggy League? You heard about the Jiggy
I
League?
like that. I like that.
Those were great years, Bob.
You want to talk about legendary?
Teach your girl how to romance. Shout out Kid Smoove.
All right. Games as a service. So
I'm not talking about this, by the way.
Let's
PG.
go.
gotta-
yes,
Let's
you are.
go.
Yes, you are. Get your stupid ass up and be ready
Jack,
to talk
tell
about
them
it.
what Games as a Service stands for.
I believe it stands for, what was it, gay ass anal sex or some shit? Is that what it stands
Hey.
for?
I wasn't gonna say it. But you did.
This nigga boy crazy.
Yeah, keep in mind, he typed that in the chat at 2 a.m. to a bunch of men. That nigga.
Nigga, I had to read that shit like 4 times. I'm like, what the fuck,
criminally
boy?
horny.
Nigga, I was crying at that
We went
shit.
from booty boxes to what Jack
So that was an
said.
invitation.
Nigga, that joke was hilarious.
You're insane. Okay, so a bunch
You love
of
games as a service. You
bunch
love
of
that
games,
gas, BG.
a bunch of games as a service. Shutdown. I got the list. Hold on.
They closed down the brothels and the whorehouses.
All right, so all these games are either shut down or they're stopping support for it. Back for Blood, Apex Legends Mobile, Battlefield Mobile, Crime Site, don't even know what that is. Crossfire X, Dragon Quest, The Adventures of Die, never heard of that. Echo VR, never heard of that. Knockout City, Love Live, School of Idol Festival, never heard of that. Rumbleverse.
What?
I've heard of that.
Rumbleverse, and EA announced that they canceled some games that never even came out. Like it was like supposed to be Titanfall and Apex Legends in the same universe or something like that.
Don't forget about Avengers last week. Avengers was last week too.
Yeah, Avengers has been dead for a
They got
while.
an Octopath mobile game shutting down this month too.
Damn.
Okay.
And Babylon's Falls closes this month.
Damn.
So y'all think they clearing out the paint for the new games or what?
Nah, man.
Them just
games-
flopped.
But yeah, them games are just
I'm trying to see what the positive would be in this.
Hyperscape. That was a Ubisoft game.
That game was trash. That game was trash.
That other roller game they had, I think they closed that down.
Roller League, get off of Roller League. I'm a advocate for that game.
So
Knockout City, which was a decent game.
Thank you.
yeah, so once again, we disagree on the problem with these games. Y'all seem to think the issue with these games is that they're games as a service. I disagree. I think that the problem with these games is outside, even if they weren't games as a service, these weren't very compelling games. I don't think games as a service is why these games like didn't work. Like Back for Blood wasn't, I don't even know if you can consider that a games as a service. That game just wasn't really fun. It wasn't very sticky, and people just didn't stay with it because that Left 4 that Left 4 Dead formula just doesn't really work anymore. I think if people want to play Left 4 Dead, they'll go back to Left 4 Dead.
Cody, how do you not let him say that to you? Are you like on tape delay in the UK or something?
If you, I just be
Oh,
back.
he's been talking shit all podcast.
What do you mean? That's not talking. He said something gay, so I say he gay. That's not talking trash. Tony been trolling me this whole time. Like, don't make it seem like he the victim.
Yo, Back for Blood, if they didn't make the game, if the physics, gunplay, and all that shit, the formula wasn't bad. It's just the game itself felt cheap, like the whole experience.
Right.
Why Avengers flop, BG?
The gameplay sucked.
You said Left 4 Dead.
It sucked because it was games as a service. Though.
No.
You said the Left 4 Dead formula don't work no more.
It absolutely did. That game flopped because it was. You said the gameplay sucked, but the reason the gameplay sucked was because it was games as a service, and they were trying to fit like 10 different niggas in.
No.
Here's the problem, BG.
Well, you also couldn't play online.
If I see a game I'm on the fence for, and it's game as a service, I'm not buying it. Period.
Yeah, like how many of you guys?
I'd rather take a chance on a game that's not games as a service if I'm slightly interested in. Like, if I see games as a service, like I'm completely turned off. Period. I don't really care how good it is, to be honest.
Facts.
Yeah,
Bro,
like
that leak for Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I was just
killed all my hype. Killed all my hype.
Yeah, I think that's, like I said, y'all look at these games that fail and are games as a service as like there's correlation and causation. Y'all think these games failed because they were games as a service. I think these games would have failed either way.
Name me 5 games that have succeeded.
It's because what they chasing.
Sure, I can do that off the top. Rocket League, Sea of Thieves, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, Siege, Warframe, Apex, Genshin Impact, PUBG, Final Fantasy Realm Reborn. There's plenty of games. Not plenty. There's a good amount of games.
Go. And that's a good point. But you're naming a lot of older games. None of those games are anything recent.
But that's games as a service, and they've survived the long haul. My point is that
because of the OGs of it as well. People aren't making new GAAS games that are good.
Valorant and Fortnite are also obviously Fortnite, but Valorant also is newer, and Apex Legends is probably the newest one out of this whole list, and Overwatch 2 is still going.
Apex,
my whole point is I just don't believe that games as a service is the issue, because we clearly have examples of games succeeding as it. So that can't be the issue. I think the issue is there's several things, right? For one, I think if you're going to actually succeed as a games as a service, number one, the gameplay has to be it has to have good gameplay, and it has to be addictive for people to want to come back, right? And you obviously need the money, resources, and support to support it long time. We know that from Halo, because Halo had the gameplay, but it didn't have the support. And I also think Halo's gameplay didn't evolve well with the times. And honestly, I think I think a lot of the mistakes a lot of these games as a service make is they don't have a strong base game. Because they want to make money, obviously. So everything that's there at launch it could be like a skeleton. But you need to have a strong base game and then add stuff over time. If you don't got a strong base game, then you're setting yourself up to fail. So it's like, I think it's like a little trick. It's a tricky balancing act. But yeah, I
got two counterpoints right here. A tried and true formula of Halo. When they announced that it was games as a service and free to play, was anybody happy? No, that game failed. If tomorrow Naughty Dog came out and said Factions 2 is releasing at the end of this year or this summer or whatever, it's going to be games as a service and free to play, do you think people are going to be excited or upset?
I mean, I wouldn't be happy. I have no problem with it being a games as a service. I don't think that has any.
I didn't ask you. I said the general audience and public. If Naughty Dog came out and said the game is releasing this summer, games as a service, free to play, is the general population going to be upset, annoyed, or happy?
They're not going to be happy. Have a positive connotation to it.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy.
The problem with BG's thinking. BG thinks, games are self. So all it really means is a game that's getting content continuously, but that ain't really.
That's mainly what it means.
That's not really what it should be. That's what it should be.
So let me ask you a question.
That's what it should be, but that's not really what it is.
If Halo was not a games as a service, do y'all think it would have survived?
Who knows?
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Y'all know what's funny? These niggas in their 10-year plans, bro.
If Halo Infinite was just a multiplayer, they said if they just launched the game and said, okay, this is the multiplayer game, it still would have failed. So the games as a service can't be the issue.
Wait, as a complete game or what?
If it was a complete game, it launched with the multiplayer and it had more content than what it does now, that thing would have failed.
I think it would have survived.
Even the last Halo didn't last that long.
It got to the point where they had to shut down a whole Reddit because people were complaining about the lack of content in that Halo, and they just eventually moved on from the game.
When the game came out, y'all was all loving how true to form it felt, blazing, all y'all niggas was on it, and then you realize how shallow the content was. It wasn't a gameplay. It's just a content issue. And for instance, like, I know y'all gonna laugh, but Knockout City, for instance, they don't have the strong player base, but this is the way a game as a service should go. Every month or two, it's a new season, new content, new. Jack even saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab they did. They're always doing new maps and new cosmetics, all that shit. They have the formula. It's just not enough people playing the game. So games as a service itself doesn't have to be bad and doom and gloom. You just got to find a nice balance.
And another thing with games is they purposely leave content out of the initial launch to drip feed out shit, and it fucks them over, bro.
Sure.
I'll give an example of recently, one that came out with the Roller League. When that came out, before you even played your first online match, it presented to you the premium store, right? The actual game, you couldn't unlock shit with nothing. You literally had to go out of your way to buy some gold skates or some shit like that. But the game itself was broken. Like with the scoring system, the defense mechanisms, that's a game where you say, okay, y'all obviously put the store first before the mechanics of the game. Because within the first month, nobody played it. They realized you could just camp in front of the goal. That's an example of something where they put the store first before they even played it.
Because to me, when I see all these games, when I see the success stories of games as a service, like the ones I just named, and all the ones that are failures, what it tells me is there's a whole bunch of ways not to make a games as a service, and then there are certain things that you have to do to make a games as a service. Like there's this is the way to fail, and this is the way to succeed. And it's like it's very tight parameters within that. I just disagree that games as a service, the model inherently just means bad and failure. That doesn't make sense because there wouldn't be clear cases of it being a success. There's just clear ways to do it and clear ways not to do it. That's all it means.
That's the problem, though. The problem is
All these,
you're not.
they go trying to copy those select games as well. That's the problem too.
The problem is they go in with the wrong mindset. The ones that are successful are the ones that either went in with the wrong mindset and went back and reverted to shit, or they doing it the right way. Most games of service is not doing it the right way.
So you admit that games as service is not the problem. It's the people it's how they're doing it.
It is the problem. Here's why. The problem with games as a service is the developers aren't concentrated on making a good game.
Exactly.
They're concentrated on monetizing
revenue. Exactly. That's the problem.
And that is the problem.
So
fucking 043 Studios, they weren't concentrating on how to make a good game. They were concentrating on how to give motherfuckers cat ears and bullshit like that. And optimize the season passes and the leveling and shit like they could have just solved everything with Halo Infinite had Forge just been out at the onset of the game. That is the problem as games as a service. And here's another question: how I know I'm right? Because Sony went out and hired Bungie, a developer that's very experienced with games as a service, so they don't have to run into that problem.
Yeah, they're using them as a council and an advisory panel on how exactly it should be done. And the thing with these games, when you look at the games that succeed as a games as a service game, I keep telling people these games don't try to be like one another. That's an important thing. That's an important factor.
What?
No. You just had Battlefield.
You just had like a billion people trying to be battle royale games.
Battlefield just tried to be battle royale.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying.
Think about that. That was the only competitor to Call of Duty for years, and now they tried to be a battle royale and destroyed their fan base and their loyalty with them.
Listen to what I'm saying. When you look at the top successes as games as a service, most of them do not play like each other in concept or gameplay, because, and I keep telling people, one of the main reasons, there's several reasons, but one of the main reasons a lot of these games fail is because they tried to be Fortnite adjacent, meaning they tried to literally copy the aesthetic and the feel of Fortnite. You only need the economy and the monetization of Fortnite. The game should still feel independent.
Have been the most successful GAAS games.
It's not Fortnite. That's battle royale. You're talking about. It's hero shooters. That's the issue. It's the hero shooter model. Go ahead.
Rocket League, Sea of Thieves, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, Siege, Warframe, Apex, Genshin Impact, PUBG. Almost none of these games play the same. They're very unique from one another. So these games, it's the same thing as when Call of Duty hit its height in popularity, like during the PS3 360 era. What happened? Everybody tried to come out with a first-person shooter like Call of Duty. What happened? All of them failed because they tried to be exactly like Call of Duty. No, you don't try to be. If I want to play Call of Duty, I'm gonna go play Call of Duty. Why are you making another Call of Duty? It's the same thing with these games and service games. Why are you making another Fortnite if we got Fortnite? Take the Fortnite model and just make a unique IP.
I disagree with you, BG.
Wait, during that generation,
say hello.
Apex does not play like Fortnite.
During that generation, wait, BG. During that generation, especially, doing anything outside of like Call of Duty was kind of frowned upon. Like, especially like how you see people talking about Japanese games a lot more. That wasn't really something people were looking for back in the PS3 360 generation. And even a lot of shooters that didn't try to be like Call of Duty, like Binary Domain, Vanquish, and a lot of other games.
They get ignored. Nobody play them. Exactly.
There were games that people talked about like 10, 15 years, like, oh man, why didn't we get a sequel to Vanquish? And
to BG argument, I mean, to blame you argument.
Failed.
No, like Bulletstorm, Vanquish, Binary, like there was a lot of games that.
Most of these games of service that got shut down this week are not like the games you named, and they still failed.
Knockout City, for one thing, the problem with Knockout City and Rumbleverse is, I'm sorry, first of all, Rumbleverse is a battle royale wrestler. Even WWE 2K, them games don't even sell like that. Those are niche games. So you
what?
How much does WWE 2K sell each year?
I'm getting them games pretty popular, yo.
Let me look up the sales. Because last time I checked, they're not selling like nothing crazy. Like, how much they sell each year?
I'm sure they're pretty popular.
Yeah, at least a couple million.
Yeah.
That's so
at
you take
minimum.
So okay, so you take WWE 2K. Let's say it sells 3 million. You make a cartoony Fortnite looking wrestling battle royale from a genre that already doesn't even sell that crazy to begin with, people aren't looking for that. That's not. The other thing that
game was just trash. Like mechanically, it was trash.
Okay, that's my point. And the other thing in common,
a lot of people like that game. Though,
you also have to have a concept that people want to play. The other thing, when you look at most of the top games as a service games, they kind of boil down to shooters. So you kind of got to have a shooter.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because people aren't comfortable with looking at competitive multiplayer outside of shooting.
Like there is Sea of Thieves and Rocket League. Those are not shooters, but the majority are shooters. So all I'm saying is you also just got to have a concept and gameplay that people want to play. Nobody wanted to play a battle royale wrestler. Like, yeah, there's creativity, but creativity has to meet demand of what people actually want to play. Nobody wanted to play a dodgeball game. Nobody wanted that.
If I was to tell you, if I was to pitch you an idea, all right, so we got these cars and we're going to knock a giant soccer ball into a net. What would you say to that?
I'll try it out. That doesn't sound as dumb as I would.
That's the thing. That concept
does not get greenlit.
That concept isn't even new for real. Like Rocket League had a version of that game before they were Rocket League, and on top of that,
it was
like
Super Mini Car Battle or something. I remember the name.
Yeah, they've always had games where the cars played soccer, but the issue is that niggas aren't really playing these games to get a real opinion. They're looking at it for face value and saying a dodgeball game, this game. They're not actually going to play it. That's the issue. That's the disconnect. Because if you play these games, you'll see that there's actual a very deep competitive system in it. But a ranking system and all that, like it has all of that.
We're not even talking about the main point of this whole conversation, right?
But
PlayStation.
No, but okay, I'm gonna get to that. But what I'm saying is you, because there are several things that you have to do to be successful. I'm not saying it's easy. It is hard. Because like one of the things that work against a lot of these games, like I said, is aesthetically, a lot of them don't stand out. Yes, they look like a lot of them. I'm sorry, they look like Fortnite. And once again, if you need to stand out, how are you going to do that?
Horizon game look like Fortnite.
But look, I'm not defending the Horizon game. I don't have that much confidence in the Horizon game specifically as a games as a service. I don't know yet. Right, but
what about the other joints you know nothing about at all? Then,
listen, if you ask me right now, I feel 100% confident that like Factions would be a success as a game of service. I don't.
But this is the problem. Factions wasn't successful as a multiplayer game to begin with.
I don't think that's true.
If you talk to a majority of the Last of Us fans, they either didn't know the Last of Us had an online component. Look at the reaction when they announced that the second game wouldn't have online. People were cheering it on. It didn't need it anyway. I never played it.
Yeah, you guys got attacked for it.
Here's the difference.
I got suspended for a fucking week on Twitter for saying I wanted it, right? So we're in the minority.
Here's the difference, Jack. Here's the difference. And since we talking about PlayStation,
thing real quick about that Last of Us though.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you guys read the Neo article recently? I don't know if he slipped up or if I'm reading too deep into it, but he was like, yeah, you can play it with your friend. It wasn't plural.
Like almost
so
like
it seemed like it could be a co-op experience maybe with I don't know.
They probably have a little bit of co-op situation. I think they have both.
As long as it got PvP, I'm fine. Which I would expect.
Same.
My whole argument about all this shit is that as far as PlayStation hasn't shown that it's capable of having a successful online game to begin, a regular online game. So what make you think they can go from having 0 successful online games to having however many successful games as a service?
Yeah, they're at the bottom compared to Nintendo and Microsoft, and it's like you got a lot of faith in them for whatever reason.
It's 1,000 times harder to have a successful game as a service online than it is just to have a regular one, bro. They're not doing that, bro.
Listen, I think for one thing, there's several reasons why I think PlayStation, these PlayStation IPs that are converted into multiplayer have a much better chance than these random no-name IPs that are made into games of service that have like no history. Right,
bro. BG, you about to get a bunch of random no-name joints from these niggas.
No, we're not, because a lot of these are based on a lot of these are based on established IPs. What are you talking about? They're not just making brand new IP multiplayer.
What's the little studios, bro? There's these little studios they've been getting here and there.
Sure, the new acquisitions, but
the little Fire Sprite, what are they? All
I'm,
them teams.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the random new acquisitions. I'm talking about like
these bro. Look, they getting all these XCOD, Destiny, Halo developers. Bro, we finna get these space fucking first person shooters. They gonna look like Destiny and Halo clones. I'm not playing that bullshit.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? First of all, a lot of people said Guerrilla. They couldn't see Guerrilla Games making an RPG like Horizon coming from when they only made Killzone, right? So I just
proved us wrong. They proved us wrong.
Okay, and I'm just saying, I just can't fathom how people think PlayStation are the most talented studios and they have the best management, but y'all don't think they're capable of making a successful multiplayer.
BG,
the two just doesn't add up to me. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No,
you can't say you're the best and you're the best at one thing.
No, that's not true.
Nintendo does it all the time.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
BG, it's because we have data, and like we've seen this like in the past. The PS3 generation, they had MAG, they had Resistance, they had.
This is a different time. This is not those days.
Little Big Planet cards.
This is not okay. Look. These are, for one thing, these are not those days. For one thing, they're not making like multiplayer components. They're making dedicated, full-blown multiplayer game. Like Factions is not a multiplayer component. It's a full game. The same effort and development time they put into single player games, that's what they're doing with these multiplayer games. So it's different. It's not the same. We've never seen.
PlayStation guys have shown, and they'll tell you straight up that they prefer a single player experience.
Sure,
that's to a multiplayer experience.
Listen, they're talking until they see it. When they see Factions, they gonna want to give it a chance.
I got a question. How long, even though they're putting all their eggs in the bag, how long are they gonna actually support this games as a service? Because they've shown, history has shown, Naughty Dog does not support their fucking games online.
That's
if
Jack,
anything, they make them worse and then they go ghost.
That's a multiplayer component. They were never invested like that.
So it's gonna be. So they really gonna have to dig deep and actually support this fucking game instead of moving on and making some other shit.
Yes,
right?
which they will do because
no. Well,
we know.
I think the reason we haven't got it yet is because they like, yo, niggas not gonna buy no online game. Let's find a way to put a story in this bitch. I think that's the reason we ain't got it yet. I think they try to put some kind of story in there.
Look, what I'm saying is people are like, look at the history. Look at the history. Yeah, we've never really seen PlayStation put a full effort into a multiplayer game in recent times. You could probably say MAG was the last one, and you don't have that many cases of it. So what I'm saying is, if they were actually trying and put, if they were
the problem though, BG. This is the problem. You're expecting them to not only they don't even put online in their fucking games no more. As a matter of fact, they take it out. The service for the last was still up. They took it out the remake, bro.
Because
there's to go from not making. But look, listen to what I'm saying. You think they're gonna go from not making online games at all to making these great, successful games? It doesn't make sense, bro.
It makes perfect sense. If you look at all the factors.
What's the last game we got from them? Destruction All Stars, bro.
That's not made. That's before. That's once again before they were invested.
For that, bro.
That's once again before they were invested, and that was some trash ass studio. And that wasn't even a first party game. That wasn't even a first party game.
Like a caveat, a side.
No, because I'm talking about PlayStation first party studios. That's not the same thing as hiring some random bozos to make you a multiplayer game. I'm talking about first party.
Gran Turismo 7.
What about Gran Turismo 7? I'm pretty
sure it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah, people play that. Anyway, my point is that when PlayStation puts the same effort that they put into these single player games into multiplayer, which is what they're doing with Factions, then it will be different. What we've seen and what we've gotten is half-assed effort. Multiplayer components that they don't really care about. You've never really seen PlayStation actually care and try. They're trying now.
I've never said this about a game. Just to shut him up. I hope Factions flops.
Okay, it won't.
Real quick.
I want apologies too. When this succeeds, I want apologies.
Smoove, let's bet this into existence right now to spite him.
Yo, BG, you don't like Destiny. These niggas picked up Destiny for $3.5 billion and said, we need your talents in this area.
I'm not talking.
Come on, bro.
Yo, I'm not talking about Bungie. I've been told people I don't care about the Bungie acquisition.
I know, but they said they wanted it for the talents in the games as a service area. So what you think these games gonna be dropping like?
Bungie is advising the rest of the studios on economy, monetization, and support. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Okay, let me list off certain advantages that, because y'all think PlayStation seems to be in the same. Y'all think PlayStation seems to be in the same like place where a lot of these games as a service that are failing are. They're not. They have advantages.
I got a question though. I got a question. You arguing shit that we can prove with numerical data and actual.
It's not the
data.
same case.
What you're saying has nothing to back it up, BG. That's the problem with your argument.
No, but
y'all like
what you're saying is pure hope and faith.
Look. What y'all are basing it off of is at a different time. Bro, the time that y'all are basing this off of is when PlayStation games, it's the same thing when I talk about. Hold on. It's look. It's the same argument we had before. Y'all are like, for example, when we were talking about Killzone. Like Jack said, he doesn't believe a Killzone could come out and sell. This is single PlayStation games. At the time y'all are talking about, these games were selling like 3, maybe 4 million. We're at a point now where PlayStation games are selling normally upwards of 20 million. This is a different time. This is not the same time y'all talking about. If some of these games,
BG.
Bro.
No, wait, but BG, if I was to tell you that we should bring back some other IPs that aren't the IPs that you like, you would be against it.
What are they? Name them.
If I was to ask for like Omega Boost, Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper, Parappa.
Glad people are not playing platformers in general like that. So why would they bring? People are not playing those like that.
GAAS like that.
That's not true. If you do it right, they do. That's not true.
And if you do platforms right, they sell.
No, they don't, bro. Some of the best platformers can be done right. People are not going to buy them. What are you talking about?
You want to know the crazy part? Remember on episode 300 when David
platformer?
It was episode 300 when David Jaffe came on. I asked him, because we had the rumors that the Twisted Metal was getting a TV series and a video game series. He was like, I asked him, do you think that if it came back, it would be successful with a modern day audience? And he straight up said no. He doesn't think the modern day audience would care about car combat game like
he said as is, meaning because that's the other problem, right? Y'all are thinking about these games. No, this is real talk. Y'all are thinking about these games as they were back the last time they released.
What are they gonna do so different?
Jack, hold on. So you think no, let me ask you. You think a Killzone, like for example, a Killzone that was like Killzone 3, what was that, 2013 or whatever? You think a Killzone that releases now or a Resistance that releases now would be the same thing?
I'm gonna tell you.
What?
I get them games 6 months top. 6 months.
Jack,
within 6 months, you're going to see an initial surge in the player base, and either it's not going to have the content that people are satisfied with, or the game ain't going to be as good. And within 6 months, that online is going to be fucking dead.
None of the PlayStation.
Here's how we solve this situation. Y'all got to start putting money on these outcomes.
But wait, BG,
that's the only way to prove who's right and wrong.
None of the PlayStation games. Good.
How long did Killzone Shadowfall last? Because that game came out in like a dead year. There was basically nothing to play on the PS4 in 2014.
Probably a year and a half.
There's still people still playing the servers, but it ain't. That multiplayer was kind of shallow too. Like they were selling cosmetics for that. It wasn't.
Yeah, that was kind of like a default game, and people still couldn't stick with it.
Once again,
that's because multiplayer games in general, it's not fulfilling anymore just to level up in prestige and get guns and shit. Like you have to reward the player with cosmetics. That's what the gear is for now.
Once again, y'all are comparing them when they were making multiplayer as like add-ons, a second thought. These are not second thought developments. They are putting they're putting actual money, time, and effort, like full development phases into these games. It's not the same as just adding it on as a component.
You don't think they did that for Rumbleverse and all these other games?
Yeah.
Bro, those are not. That's not PlayStation.
Bro. But this is the problem too, BG. Even if you're right, that doesn't matter if people don't play the fucking game. All these games are dependent on if people play the game and if they put money into the game. So if people don't show up, you sound like them niggas that's be capping for spoken. I don't give bro. If niggas ain't fucking with it, they not fucking with it, bro. That's it.
Jack, he be sounding like them niggas that be proclaiming for black business.
Listen,
I'm just saying, like, yeah.
When I'm right
people are
about
quick to move on to a newer game more than ever now.
That's what I'm saying. SOCOM would not last in today's climate. I
Yes,
really
it
don't
would.
think it would.
Yes, it would.
I don't know.
It would be if they brought back SOCOM, it would be a hit. It would be a hit.
Probably for a couple of weeks.
No, it would be long term because like I said, going back to the games as a service, the success list. Like I said, there are no games that play okay, let me ask you a question, right? If I wanted to play another game like Sea of Thieves right now, what's my option? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. If I wanted to play another game like Siege, what's my option? Doesn't exist.
I don't follow.
Doesn't exist. If I want to play another game like Rocket League,
you could say the same.
Hold on, wait.
Rumbleverse and shit like
if I
that,
wanted to, those were not good gameplay concepts. If I want to play another, my point that I'm making is these games that I'm talking about that PlayStation has with these established IPs, they fill a gap in the industry that there's no other game that could play like that. That's what helps these other games succeed.
Twisted Metal is not gonna be no hotness in this year.
That's what I'm saying. People gonna drop, bro. These games do not have the mass appeal. Look, maybe 600, 700,000. First of all, the last Twisted Metal sold 600,000 copies, bro. If you think this game is gonna have enough players to keep these servers fresh and them bringing out content, bro, do you think this game gonna have millions of? No, man.
Let me tell you PlayStation's advantage.
A couple of matches and drop that shit.
Let me tell you PlayStation's advantage in this game as a service situation. Okay, first of all, they got Bungie. Okay, Bungie is gonna. They already said, but Bungie is gonna serve as like a council for like exactly how to handle the games as a service, like the model, the monetization, the long-term support, so that all this other shit that these other games and service encounter, that won't happen because Bungie will tell them, no, nigga, this is how you got to handle it. They hired the dude who handled, I think he created the Fortnite monetization system. They hired that dude. You know what else PlayStation got? PlayStation got the unique established IPs. That's an advantage because people will see something like, okay, The Last of Us Factions. Okay, maybe I didn't play the first Factions, but Last of Us at this point, because of the recent Part 1 release and the TV show, is more popular than it's ever been. Ever.
Their IPs
BG, the only advantage they got, the only advantage they got is because they ain't got nothing to play. That's
not okay. Like I said, they have
the only advantage that we have. BG, do you play any online games, by the way, BG, right now?
No, because I want the gameplay.
He's listing a bunch of games as a service games he don't even play. That's the crazy part.
What? Because what does that have to do with my point? That has nothing to do with my point.
I'm about to tell you because
I don't play these games because I don't like the gameplay, not because they're games as a service.
And so what we're saying is, if the people like me and others that actually play all these games, good or bad, and we're telling you the law of the land, the field out here is not that good, nigga, we don't have much faith in 15 or 10, however many coming out, because the ones we have to play are trash. So we saying really the only good thing they have is the potential to do it. They haven't done anything that made us feel like the ones out are gonna be the standard.
And I'm just telling you why it's gonna work.
And even with
you're not even playing these games though, BG. That's
because
the thing.
Because I don't like the gameplay. I don't like the genre.
Listen, Factions got the best chance.
That's what we're saying. Even the games that go out of the realm of the shooter, y'all don't like them. Y'all don't like Knockout City. Y'all don't like another car crash. Y'all don't like these different genres.
Alex is right. Sony can't even make a multiplayer game better than Nintendo. Well, hell,
they haven't tried with no effort.
Factions.
But
and
even
we're
then,
saying that's
they
the
gonna go from there to making great games. Like what?
That's what we're saying.
Jack,
that's the only positive we have is that they don't have anything.
Why didn't Brock Purdy throw the ball?
Well, when he got injured?
Yeah.
He couldn't.
Exactly. Thank you, Jack. You answered the question. Why doesn't Sony do it? Because they can't.
The only time. Okay, so let me ask you a question. So the reason why they didn't start making battle royale games or any genre, as a matter of fact, was because they couldn't, or the industry just didn't get around to it yet.
Nigga, who doesn't want to make money? The only reason people don't do stuff to make money because they can't.
No, you're saying they haven't done it because they couldn't. This, like I said, it's the same situation with people. Nobody would have thought that Guerrilla Games, a studio that's only made some first-person shooters, would make Horizon. True or false?
But here's the thing. There's a reason why they don't make first-person shooters anymore. They make Horizon because they're better at it.
And I wanted to ask you, like, Sea of Thieves and Grounded and things of that such, that appeals to PC gamers. Does games like Killzone and Twisted Metal even appeal to modern day PlayStation fans?
No.
If you modernize
Look,
it,
there's
yes.
a reason there hasn't been a Vigilante 8 or a Twisted Metal in a long ass time.
See, I don't agree with that logic.
I think the factions has the best chance.
You were
We don't
just
even know what it
saying
is.
earlier
We
the
don't even know
numbers
what it
don't
is.
lie. The numbers in the last Twisted Metal game were trash.
I don't agree with that logic.
And even
like,
Twisted Metal Black, David Jaffe was saying he had to fight to get that game greenlit, and it only sold like 50,000 in its opening week or something.
Is are games are all games not selling better than ever now? Like I don't see, bro.
No, not all games are.
Like, bro, I don't understand how y'all think. Like, the first Uncharted,
bro,
at launch might have sold like 2 million copies. Uncharted 4 sold like 25 million.
Free to play. These games about to be free to play, bro. It's not even gonna make a difference about you talking about sales.
That's like saying, man, we should bring back Blinks the Cat because it's selling. Games on Xbox are selling better than they did on the original Xbox. That doesn't.
No. That's
these games gonna be free to play. So what's got to do with it?
BG, to your point, Uncharted 4 sold over 20 million. Did you see the effort they put into the online?
Oh shit.
They didn't. It wasn't a full effort.
Like, now it's gotta be a full effort. Okay. So you think
Jack,
they don't give a
come
fuck
on,
about the
Jack.
online?
What do you think is compared to like the resources they put into that single player compared to that multiplayer? Like,
what does
let's
the
be
full
real.
effort look like to you? What's the full effort look like to you?
I need to know what you're talking about.
It's when you dedicate an entire team to only working on multiplayer, like a full team and a full dev cycle.
What's the end
a
result?
full
What's the
dev
end result
cycle.
of that? What's the end result? What's the end result look like?
Naughty Dog has a multiplayer team though.
A full dev cycle.
Hold on, is he implying that teams?
They have a full dev team and a full multiplayer, so they have that.
Is he implying that developers don't dedicate time and resources to multiplayer?
Oh, Naughty Dog only got 13 that does that.
Last I checked, that last Battlefield game didn't have a campaign.
God.
It flopped.
Oh my god. I'm talking about PlayStation. I never said nothing about EA. I said PlayStation doesn't.
EA has way more experience in multiplayer than Sony.
Like I said, PlayStation doesn't, and they haven't done it. Okay, listen. If Factions is a failure, I will shut the hell up forever. Because like I said, this is the first time PlayStation has ever put in a full effort to create a multiplayer game.
Define failure.
I would have to think about like what exactly that means.
Hold on. Define failure, because I'm betting this. I'm putting Smoove on this case.
I was Factions got the best chance of being successful.
It's hard to define. A clear failure is like a very low amount of people playing the game even after a year. Like, to define what low amount is, I mean, I don't.
So what are we talking about after a year?
Like, I mean, on Steam, because we would only be able to see the numbers on Steam.
If you got less than 100,000 players after the first year, it's a failure.
I can't do that. Even if the player base drop off, BG gonna say he'll still win because he'll say, "Well, it made a lot of money, so it's
I find matches no problem."
I would have to see. I would have to see what other games are doing to really.
No. It doesn't matter what other games have done.
No, it absolutely matters what other games are doing.
You've seen the history of what games have been done. I just see the definition of failure, and I need to talk to Smoove.
Hold on. Here's another thing.
I can't go based on what other games have done in the past, because if that's the litmus test, they're going to pass that easily.
Oh,
BG, here's another thing.
You
BG,
think
let me ask you this
you think that it's going to pass it easily? Okay. So the metric would be what are the top games on Steam? They're going to pass it easily.
I was talking about past multiplayer. I thought you were talking about past multiplayer games, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Watch me get BG with this one. Yo, BG, right? So games as a service is games, adding content as they go along, right? When it comes to Uncharted, The Last of Us, these games here, right? Haven't you said each of these games, Uncharted 2, 3, 4, The Last of Us, didn't you say each of these games got worse as they went along?
It wasn't a full effort. It wasn't a full effort.
Here's a good thing.
You said each time you said progressively they got worse with updates.
They patched the game and made bad decisions with the patches. That's not the same thing as a games as a service. A games as a service has a plan to release content regularly. Why are they not going to do the same? They never release content regularly.
And they released it for a decent amount for
Why didn't Uncharted 4 have multiplayer?
No, it had it.
It
It
did.
just they didn't support it that long.
They just didn't bring it to PC.
And well, they had it on there just for microtransactions. Them little
and BG
secondary
liked it in the beta, but the more updates they added, the nigga.
Ever since Uncharted 3
like
went
the
free to
game
play,
the rest.
they've been making horrible decisions at Naughty Dog with their own lines, bro.
Like I said, I believe
Coincidence?
PlayStation has the advantage in this situation. They got Bungie, they got established new IPs that people can connect to, and they see it's going to be multiplayer. They got the talented
You don't
devs.
like-
they
you
got
don't like Bungie, though.
they also you don't have to. That has nothing to. I don't listen. Bungie's games have nothing to do with them advising you on how to make a good games as a service. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
Because this directly correlates to it. Do you like the way Bungie's handling Destiny's development and progress?
Their model, the people who play it are. So what's the issue?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Like it, though.
I
see.
There's complaints, but overall, people are happy with what they got from Destiny.
Attic, I summon you.
Oh
Yeah, can
my
we get a
God.
Destiny player here to confirm what Destiny
Like, bro, it's common knowledge that, of course, Destiny is not without complaints. But overall, people look at Bungie and how they handle Destiny as like, okay, this is exactly how you handle a games as a service. That's been said. Everybody said that. Now suddenly y'all trying to revise history. That's how people always look at Destiny.
That's the question. I don't know.
I need Attic to get in here. Somebody
Oh
call
my
Attic.
God, that's. But people have always pointed to Bungie as
follow
like, okay, this is how you handle it. So I don't know why y'all suddenly got amnesia.
We don't know.
I'm not saying it's true or not.
You haven't played the game. I need an expert opinion.
So, like I was saying, PlayStation also has the advantage of seeing all these successes and the failures, and to know, okay, what not to do and what exactly to do.
Didn't Rumbleverse just come out? It did.
Jack, can I make a quick comment real quick?
Go ahead, bro.
The one guy that has the most faith in these gay-ass anal sex games, he doesn't play any of them.
I've noticed.
Y'all
keep bringing up this stupid ass argument. That I don't know.
All right, BG. How about this? Hold up.
Okay. Let me ask you. Why don't I play them? Why don't I play them?
Let me talk cars with a nigga that don't have a car.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
That's like me being a hot air balloon enthusiast and shitting on them and
Why?
praising something.
Okay.
No, I never rolled one.
Why don't I play these games? Why don't I play these games?
Yo, VG.
Let me guess.
Why don't I play these games?
They didn't give a full effort. They didn't give a full effort.
Check the chat, BG.
Like,
and you can't even say that because Siege doesn't even have a Siege is only multiplayer. It don't have a campaign. All the resources in these games is only multiplayer.
Okay, the chat is saying
So it's
Destiny is fire. Destiny 2 is loved. Yeah, okay. What are y'all talking about? What do y'all want from me?
I don't believe him. I need Attic in here.
Yeah, okay. I know. I'm
only taking
on his way.
man's opinion on
This is what I'm saying. If you are a real multiplayer dude, bro, you would, even though the field isn't amazing with what we got, you would still be playing something. Is what we're saying. You would still find a game to still get that multiplayer fix.
No,
you don't do that.
No, because I don't like the genre and I don't like the gameplay. It's y'all keep talking. Oh, why doesn't BG play these? Why doesn't BG play these games? Okay. Listen, this is what I want y'all to do. This is what I want y'all to do.
If you don't like fast food, if Black Bond don't like fast food, and the only thing he eat is McDonald's, that nigga gonna eat some McDonald's.
This is what I want y'all to do. It would make sense if I was playing another game similar to the games as a service that are out, and I'm not playing the game as a service, then that would make like the genre. Find me another genre that I play like these games. Find
Atticus here. We need to listen.
You can't find one because I don't play no genres like these. They haven't made games as a service in the genres I like. That's why I don't play them. Not because they're games as a service.
Now, so you want a third-person shooter, right?
The only games as a service I have played is Rogue Company because it's a third-person shooter that I really like. The most of these games are not that.
Okay.
Atticus here.
BG, check the chat. BG, check the chat. 3 PvP maps are coming to Destiny 2 in year 6. 1 new map and 2 old maps. Come on, bro.
All right, Tony, you think you proved something, but you didn't.
Atticus here. Let this man talk. BG, ask him the question.
The question is, generally, Destiny fans, how do they like look at how Bungie handled like Destiny as a games as a service? Because that's the question.
Are you referring to as like a PvP aspect?
Just as the games as a service and how they handled it with that aspect as a games as a service and like rolling out content. Are they not looked at as one of the people who did it good?
Yes, but Bungie's always on fire for a variety of different things. They'll drop the ball on multiple different things. Right now, I know like a lot of the big, like if you're looking at it from like an aspect of like PvP, because that's where I'm like, don't expect much from Bungie. Like,
That's fine.
The PvP of Destiny has been so neglected for years. It's unreal. Like they don't really update it yearly. They will do the bare minimum. Like you'll get seasons and seasons, which seasons is like 3 to 6 months, most of the time 3, where you'll go like a year and a half. There'll be no new updates on PvP. It'll take them forever to do anything regarding that. You'll have like a map they brought back from Destiny 1. They haven't really done shit with. You have
BG prefer PvP over PvE too, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Are Bungie's the one making the games, Tony? No, shut the hell up.
But you don't want you just said that Bungie
and Addict just told you, and Addict specifically was talking about PvP. He said generally they are looked at the ones who do games as a service good. True or false? Did he not say that?
BG,
okay, then shut the hell up. Y'all only want to hear what y'all want to hear.
Go ahead.
The problem said they come under fire all the time.
So no, that doesn't mean they don't handle games as a service good.
They handle the games as a service good, but it's as a PvP aspect. They drop the ball.
You're not interested in PvE, BG. You're not interested in PvE. What are you talking about?
Tony. They are advising and counseling others on the games as a service model, not the PvP model, you moron. Shut up.
Okay, BG. So when they advise niggas on the they gonna advise them good on the PvE, but on the PvP.
They're not advising them on anything regarding that. They're advising them on the model of games as a service, you moron. You think they're telling Naughty Dog, oh, you need to make your PvP like this? No, dickhead, shut up.
Well,
all right, bro. If they advise it, all right, bro.
You're missing a connection.
It's a completely different game. The type of game it is, it's not going to apply to every single situation. You can't apply that Destiny model to Last of Us Factions too.
I would have more hope in factions like giving you guys what you guys want than Bungie giving you guys what you guys want.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which the only question was, as Bungie as a games as a service supporter, not them advising them on anything else on how to develop their game, their PvP, just as a games as a service model. That was it. That was the only question.
Bro,
and Addict answered that.
Bro, BG, that model is no, but Game Addict, real quick, can you explain the model of Destiny 2?
Oh, you want me to explain?
Explain how they release content. Explain how they release it real quick.
Pretty much just they give you, Nightfall strikes. They want you to grind to the max level. They want you to grind for like these God roll guns, take it back to PvP. They want you to grind for, Nightfall. Everything is revolved around in-game. They revolve around a lot of the best weapons is in-game. They revolve, and then obviously they have the cosmetics. You can do certain events in the game to get, bright dust. They'll constantly be recycling stuff in the Eververse. Like, look,
And they do the content drops for full price, right? The little $60 or $40.
I will say that you could say what you want about Destiny, and I do think they dropped the ball in a lot of ways, but there's not a better company to advise a company on a free-to-play or game service in general.
Thank you. Shut the fuck up, the rest of you. Thank you.
Then maybe Warframe. That's another game that does really good.
Wait. How's that?
Exactly my point.
If every year,
shut up.
But Game Addicts, if every year they release it's like
Tony, we ain't trying to hear you. Shut up.
$40 season pass, $60 season pass for the Nick.
The man just told you there is no other company better to advise you on how to make a GAAS game. Shut up.
Hey, no disrespect. No disrespect to Game Addict, but where was Game Addict War Bond, bro? What are we talking about? Why is Game Addict the master of games as a service knowledge now?
Oh, now you don't want to listen to him. Shut up, Tony.
I got a question.
Do you have just out of curiosity, Tony? Do you have 20+ days in Destiny?
Get him.
I got a question.
Destiny, listen, real quick, Game Addict. Does that model apply to just most games? Exactly, bro. What are we talking? That Destiny model is specific to Destiny.
Here's the thing, though.
That's specific to Destiny. That model.
They might drop the ball in a lot of areas for a Destiny fan, but there's not a lot of companies you can go to get the kind of numbers they have on how this works.
Fam, it's a PvP that's closely baked into the PvE. Like we trying to. I get that if you just say, "Oh, as a company, we can kind of guide you," but he said the PvP has been kind of like a stepchild to it. He said that they ignore it, they don't really come to it for months or whatever.
That's fine.
But it's baked into the PvE, so you can't just apply this Destiny model to everything. You don't need
the problem with the Bungie in the PvP is PvE makes them more money than PvP, so they generally focus on PvE. Doesn't mean they can't do PvP, but monetary wise, they usually focus on PvE because that's where they get the most money.
I'm not mad at that.
Here's how we end this right now. They got Sony announced 10 games as a service titles, right?
Yeah.
We gotta start making Metacritic bets on these 10 games.
There's no way to do that.
Look, I'm about to leave. What
70,
I will say,
80, 90.
What I will say is Bungie is definitely going to be able to give them a lot of information on building the world and building how they've done Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. But at the end of the day, these games aren't going to be identical to Destiny, and they're not going to have a lot of similarities with Destiny. But having that knowledge and people that actually are familiar with one of, probably the most successful games as a service around, it's going to help them. But at the end of the day, it's up to them to actually execute it. The Bungie can tell them all the stuff in the world, but if the companies and Sony don't listen, it doesn't matter.
You know what Sony should have done? Not get rid of Sony Online Entertainment.
No, and that's my only point. You have to make the gameplay. It's up to whoever's developing the game. You have to make the gameplay addictive and fun to where people want to come back. Bungie needs to advise you on how to do like content drops and how often and the model, all that stuff.
I think
and then it'll work.
Though, BG, what developers does Sony have that can do that?
Naughty Dog is doing it right now.
We got factions and I didn't know about it.
I'm saying Naughty Dog is doing it right now. That multiplayer is going to be good.
3 years later, we still haven't gotten it.
It's in full development. It's not just a multiplayer component, so it took longer.
But the thing is, like, the difference that they're doing 50 years ago is that they're actually putting the money towards it.
It's going to take them, what?
When they weren't doing it?
6-7 years to make a full game with a multiplayer component?
Like I don't know.
How much faith do you have in these low side games too, like the Fire Sprite and all them teams?
Fire Sprite is supposed to be making Twisted Metal. I think. I think Twisted Metal could be.
There's a few of those teams. I forget the name of them, but there's like 3 of those teams for PlayStation, isn't there?
Right. Listen, and let me make something clear. I'm not saying every one of these are going to be a success.
How many is going to be a hit, and how many is going to be mid? And how
I could tell you. I believe Factions is going to be a guaranteed hit. I believe the Horizon, depending on, like, I hope they don't go with that like early aesthetic from the alpha, because one of the problems I stated is if you even look vaguely similar to Fortnite, people are just going to be like, oh, that's Fortnite in a different game. Mm-hmm. That's my problem with that, is people write it off as just some type of like Fortnite clone. So I'm not saying it has to look exactly like the visual fidelity of the regular Horizon games. I know it can't be that, but it shouldn't be that same aesthetic. You can't do that. If they avoid that, then I think Horizon multiplayer is a success too.
You think that game's gonna be successful?
Yeah, depending on how they handle it. Yeah. If they avoid the, because there's not a lot. There's like 3. There will be 3 like you could put Horizon in the monster hunting category.
And Monster Hunter is all you need, though. That's the thing. Like, a lot of those Monster Hunter guys are not leaving to play anything.
They don't have to. There's a lot of people that don't like Monster Hunter.
Here's another thing, BG, you got to take into account. I think most of these games are going to go to PC, right? Sure. But the problem is PlayStation hasn't bought any of these games. Like, when they bring The Last of Us, they're not bringing it with the online. When they bought Uncharted, they didn't bring it with the online. So how they going to handle these cheaters when they got no experience with dealing with these PC terrorists?
Oh, God.
They'll handle
it. Bro, this game's a service for like those movies where they got a star-studded cast and you think it's just going to be good because you heard who going to be in the movie. That's what this feels like right now.
That's what
I disagree.
We ain't got no real good examples. We got somebody here defending that don't play any of the ones in the field. So my question with that is, how do you feel like it's going to be any different than what we've been getting? If we're telling you these are the games that's out there.
I stated to you the advantages that they have.
They have a star-studded cast.
No, they have several things. Like I said, they have the established unique IPs that just haven't been converted into multiplayers yet. That's an advantage, whether y'all want to recognize it or not.
You really think Horizon name holds that much weight, BG?
More than Halo.
Something like that?
Definitely. The thing
In a
he's
multiplayer setting, you think it holds weight in a multiplayer setting? Like, ooh, Horizon Online. You think
we don't know what
people will be curious depending on how it looks.
Weight. I don't think that's pulling weight.
Is it even pulling weight in the VR like section? Does anybody truly care about Horizon VR?
Yes.
BG has fell in love with the hype. I mean, not the hype. BG has fell in love with the single player enough to where he just accepts the potential that they have.
I think you guys are like underestimating how strong the IPs are today versus they were 15 years ago. So when people are bringing up
stronger now than ever. I think they're stronger now than ever.
That's what I'm
my
saying.
thing is when people are bringing like Blandrew's bringing up games from 15 years ago, that was a different time. That's when Call of Duty was killing everything. So
that was the model, yeah.
Everything was just dying because everyone was trying to be Call of Duty. I don't think anything has a Call of Duty type hold today, because now it's like 5 different games that actually share like the same space. You got Warzone, you got Apex, you got Fortnite, and you got PUBG. Even though that died off, I think there's a lot more opportunity now because gaming's bigger now. So
you still alive?
What?
It just got real quiet all of a sudden.
Sorry, why you shut down like that? Fight back.
Someone was going, but
he got direct muted, I think.
But go ahead. Yeah, like.
So there's a bigger slice of the pie for them to take, and they're putting money into it. Remember, 2008, 2009, 2010, Sony was like getting fucked up. So it's different from now when they're on top and they actually got money to invest. I think you should gotta wait and see, let things play out, because if you're going off of shit that happened 15 years ago, you can't do that. So
that's the whole point I'm trying to make to these niggas. They thinking like they gonna do the same thing they did 15 years ago. It's not the same.
And that's what Xbox and Nintendo have been doing. None of these companies really change.
That's not true.
That's not true.
How has Microsoft changed in the last decade?
That's Microsoft.
Game Pass.
Nintendo only changed in the last decade because that man went up or down wherever you decide he's going or think he's going.
BG, these games like
3 or 4 times though too.
BG, why do you think it translates? Because I agree that some of these games that maybe flopped, or I think if you bring back Resistance, it might do better than it did back on PS3. Killzone might do a bit better now. But why do you think it's going to translate to online? So
not only that, BG, but PlayStation gamers' taste has also changed over 10, 15 years as well.
This is true.
But what the taste changed because PlayStation changed it. When they weren't giving you no more multiplayer games, really. They were just giving you...
Stop. BG, we were getting games like PlayStation All-Stars, Mod Nation
Come
Racers.
On, come on, Blandrew.
Blandrew,
come on.
Those games came out.
Let me finish.
No, hold on, because you're forgetting what happened in 2011 when online shut down. That changed a lot of shit. Remember, they had launched like 4 or 5 multiplayer games. PSN went down. Those games died.
No, I'm talking about games that were more old school PlayStation, just in general, like a Mod Nation Racers, Puppeteer, Gravity Rush, and things like that. They just didn't buy them like that.
And these are different
not
times.
Blandrew, not to mention
games though, BG.
Here's another thing. Here's another thing.
Microsoft's multiplayer. That's why they started doing the whole single player experience.
These are different times.
Microsoft was mopping them in multiplayer.
These are different times.
Here's another thing. BG, back then on PS3, online was free as well. Now niggas gotta pay for it, so that's another aspect.
Not gonna stop. That's not gonna stop nothing.
Everyone
Killzone and Resistance 2 first-person shooter franchise flopped. SOCOM Confloptations flopped.
Once again, y'all are talking about stuff that happened a decade plus ago.
Warhawk, dedicated. Hold on. We got to think about this. Sony has had 3 first-person shooter franchises flop. 3, not 1, not 2, but in the islands, what we say, tree. Flopped.
Killzone
Resistance flopped. Killzone flopped.
Those games
anymore?
They just moved on.
You also have to it's a reason Sony's like main games are like their cinematic third person. Like it's formulaic now. They're heavy hitters because the other games just aren't hitting the numbers that those are.
Y'all remember on the
They
PlayStation
didn't in the past.
Y'all remember on the PlayStation Store when they had a category that could say multiplayer?
Yep.
They don't even have that now.
Nope. Sony used to make Japanese games.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, so I was about to say, you think Rogue Galaxy, Dark Cloud, White Knight Chronicles, Legend of Dragoon, they should bring those back?
Question, Blandrew. Question: is everything PlayStation makes now, is it not selling way more than it ever did before? Yes or no?
Yeah, because they found their third-person cinematic
It's a
adventure
little.
niche.
I'm not gonna lie. It's starting to feel a little samey too. It's starting to feel a little samey. It's starting to feel a little
Ratchet and Clank
samey.
is selling better than it ever was.
Ratchet and Clank still has not outsold the PS2 games though.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
It sold faster, but it didn't outsell.
No, which means it's sold more. Those old PS2 games took years to hit 2
The
or 3
PS2
million.
games are at like 5-6 million.
No, they're not. Go back and check. No, they're not. None of those
If I
games.
find these numbers, Tarek, you're out of here.
And even if they are, it's you talking about PS2. That was like 20 years ago.
Doesn't matter. They had an install base of 150.
Fire.
And they're being outsold now. Is the point? Listen, y'all looking at it different. Just like the single player games are selling better than ever, these multiplayer games would sell better than ever. Also, I don't see why they would.
The thing is, BG, I think the reason these games selling better and everything this and that.
Out there.
I feel like
right here, Ratchet and Clank 1 sold 1.1 million copies by 2006. What are you talking about, Landrew?
I don't buy that. I'm looking
at their
Blandrew, these PlayStation games,
boot him.
PlayStation games prior to PS4 were not selling like that, Blandrew. This is what I'm telling y'all.
Hey,
but I think BG, I think BG, I think the reason these PlayStation games are doing so well and everything, everything flowing, this and that, I think people kind of looking at PS5 as a lifestyle product, kind of like a, iPhone, something hot to own. I think a couple of the games are falling in line with that. I don't think them online games go the aesthetic and go blend in with all of that.
How many failures of multiplayer games they had on PS3, from Mag to Motorstorm to Resistance to Killzone, Project Cars.
They had
PlayStation All-Stars, boring as hell. My Nation, BG, it's just been flop.
Mag had a lobby of 256 people.
Flop after flop.
Mag had full lobbies the day they shut it down.
It says Ratchet and Clank 2002 sold 3.7 million.
That's not 5 or 6 though.
I was off by a couple million, but it's still I don't think the other Ratchet and Clanks have touched it though.
They actually, the PS2 ones decreased, and then the ones on PS3 and PS4.
I want Bond to stop telling me about shit that happened 13 years ago. 13
BG,
years ago,
you were bringing up Warframe and Final Fantasy 14
because
games as a service.
Because those are still ongoing games that relate to the games as a service
but
conversation.
They're old.
They're still going.
Final Fantasy 14 was a disaster when it first launched.
And now
hold on, I got a question about the nature of multiplayer. Regardless of if they're gonna be good or not, do you even think they're gonna be actually competitive and seen as a competitive landscape for the gameplay?
If they're fun, Sony went into single player games because multiplayer games is way more competitive now. Microsoft can't even compete in multiplayer.
That's what I was gonna bring up. I got in an argument on Twitter Spaces. A dude said, "I said, what multiplayer games do we have?" He told me to go play Ghost of Tsushima.
I remember that.
He told me to go play Ghost of Tsushima. So even if they do make 10 to 15 games and services, do we really think it's gonna be that actual competitive multiplayer where we can be, the sweats, the casuals, all of that, or is it gonna be the participation awards like a lot of these multiplayer games are now?
As they just need to have a good gameplay loop. I don't know about it being super competitive, and I don't really know about that. All I'm saying, it has to have a good gameplay.
Do you not want them to invest and do it no more? It's like, because my thing is, what's the alternative? Like,
Smoove,
people
I want to bet that these games won't flop.
I don't get it. I don't get what you guys are.
Like Bond is bringing up to me Mag that came out in 2000. Do you know what was happening in 2010? And what PS3 was in shambles. That's not the same place where they are now.
My point is this company doesn't have the track record of making a quality multiplayer game in over a decade.
Because they haven't tried since.
And you think all of a sudden it's going to turn around in their first 2 tries.
That's not true.
BG acting like the nigga that was really good at AAU basketball, doesn't play in 20 years and can go on the court and drop 40 for the night.
I'm looking at Factions and seeing how what the first one was, and then I'm looking at the fact that Factions was probably 5 niggas in a corner at Naughty Dog making that, and it turned out like that. So what happens if you take that same thing and you put a full team and a full development cycle behind it, all the money and resources? What's going to happen then?
They're hiring multiplayer devs from other teams to help make this stuff. So it's not the same team that's been making these games. They're hiring people to help make these multiplayer who have experience with multiplayer. This isn't the same development from 10 or 15 years ago, too.
them to be good. We just saying that you have like unmitigated faith in.
I don't think it's faith though. I just think if you were releasing 10 of those games, 1 or 2 of them is bound to explode. That's all you need is 1 or 2 out of the 10.
got more hope than an Xbox.
You know what's funny, Tyrek? You say like hopefully 1 or 2 explode. None of the games out right now BG freak with. None of them.
Because of the gameplay.
So we hoping. But what I'm saying is, you hoping that out of 10 to 15, at least 2 that you might like. You don't even know if that's gonna be what you really like. So you still might be stuck.
But that's what we got to like see that out though. We
Look,
don't
bro,
know
more than anybody, I'm happy. I'm happy to.
We need them to invest in stuff like this because my thing is like Jack always says, "Oh, I miss the old Sony." This is what old Sony used to do: invest in shit that might not work, and they may cut it off if it doesn't work. But this is what they used to do.
No, we want them. We want them to invest. We just all got our eyebrow up. We just got.
Yeah, of course. But my thing is, I don't know, like, why you? Yes, you can have your eyebrows up, but they're doing it for a reason. I don't get why people are so like people are against them doing it. They got to do it. Like,
and it's not the idea that they're investing in multiplayer games. It's the fact that they said we're doing a games as a service model. We say, let's look at the other games as a service that's come out. That's all we're doing. It's the fact that they're already putting the guys that this is a game as a service. So for those that play but what I'm saying, for those that play multiplayer, we're seeing how that comes off. That means that okay, the gameplay might suffer, but that story gonna be popping. Them cosmetics gonna be popping.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of 20 years ago when DLC became popular and every game had DLC. Oh my God, I don't want to play that game. There's DLC in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
No, all right, that's wrong. That's wrong.
No,
when
he's right.
No, hold up. No, stop. Because when games stopped putting content in the game to save for DLC, and or when you bought the game day one, you can buy season pass and DLC, and you realize the game was missing.
Alex, that's not my point. That's not my point. My point is when every game had the DLC tag on it, everyone was oh my God, it has DLC. Even if the game was complete and it had DLC coming out a year later, people will put this label on it.
It was evil.
It had DLC is bad.
It was evil.
You're speaking about a time. You're speaking about a time where people were still trying not to pay for online.
But okay, Alex, now you're doing the same thing with gamers. People are willing to play games as a service now.
No, what I'm saying is you're trying to tell the whole picture. Oh, back then people weren't trying to PL DLC. Okay, DLC was also Undead Nightmare. DLC used to always be $15 for like 4 or 5 maps or whatever game. It was entire different experiences. There were people not paying for online. If I'm not paying X amount for online, I'm not paying for DLC. That's a different.
Can I ask a question? So
that's a different time.
But BG, I'm saying it's an analogy. It's how people used to like frame DLC games.
Can we get
that and microtransactions? They view DLC and microtransactions as evil things, and they are bad. People don't remember. I remember, and because you know why? You know why? Because
parts of the game out.
Because once again, it was the way it was done and the narrative around them. Then they changed the narrative, and people are like, "Oh, I'm fine with this. I don't have any problem with microtransactions. I don't have any problem with DLC. It's the same thing with games as a service."
Can I ask a question?
The only thing that changed is that we not getting more content, so we really ain't no DLC. There you go.
So we get meat. So fucking BG and Tyrek are upset we don't have blind faith. Is that
no? I didn't say that. I said that I understand why you're kind of skeptical to stuff, but my thing is like, I think some people don't want Sony to do it.
No, my thing is this.
I think y'all think it's hopeless.
No. I don't mind you doing it, but the point is, if we're going off stuff in the past, we just got to we're not in the wrong here, right? Everything we're saying is backed up by logical shit that's happened. So we're not in the wrong with it.
The data's not applicable though, because you're using a different era of gaming 15 years ago.
And it was different.
We could take data from other third-party resources, and they're dealing with similar things.
PlayStation has an advantage. I don't think it's
right
now. Do you have more faith in Sony getting it right than other companies, though? That's what I don't get.
No, I don't. No, I do not.
That's weird. That's weird to me because
wait, you're a Jack Ryan hater. You're the wrong person to ask because you don't like anything they do now. So
but bro, this is the thing. Sony has never shown a propensity to excel at what y'all are saying. That's why
they've never really tried.
They're trying now. I don't get. That's my thing. They're trying to do it now.
But the point is, they could try. Y'all say, what would we rather have them do? You know what I would have rather had them do? When The Last of Us came out in 2019 or 2020, I would have rather that launch with factions too.
But when did they announce the game
4 fucking years for games as a service? They could have just made that online component.
But Jack, that would have been a multi. So hold on, Jack, you rather just the multiplayer component than a full-fledged multiplayer game?
He just left. Oh, okay. He's back.
Jack?
No, he left. Oh. He's leaving to come back.
He must be getting disconnected. Like that's like yes, I would have rather had factions back in 2020, right? But when they told me, oh, this is a full-fledged multiplayer game, this is not just some add-on component like we've always done, then I was like, okay, I'm on board with that. That's okay. Yes, I'd rather that. I'd rather a full-scale multiplayer game than some secondary component that was an afterthought. That's just
I think people need to have patience and let us see the games first, and let's see how, if they come out and the 10 games are just, oh my god, this shit, it looks like ass, then they should get roasted for it. But my thing is they're putting the money towards it. I forgot how much budget they put in towards these games, but they put in the requisite money to it. I think people got to like at least look forward to it and see it through. Because my thing is like, you're complaining about multiplayer games. Sony's giving them multiplayer games and y'all don't want it to happen. I don't get it.
And a lot of these like games that are failing, they don't have the same backing from their publisher that like a Naughty Dog or one of these other or Guerrilla's gonna get. They don't have that same like faith and backing from PlayStation as far as like investment resources and all that. It's not the same. We talk about talent. We talk about all the talent PlayStation gets. So you don't think they could hire that same talent? You think they just stumbled upon like talent to create some of these multiplayer games that y'all love that sell 20 plus million? They cultivated that. They found that talent. The same thing that they're doing to create these multiplayer games that they're invested in.
And I feel like Sony saw that they had a hole.
All right, BG, enough for going back and forth. We need to put some hard cap numbers and scenarios so we can put some money on this.
I don't want to talk about it no more. We'll wait till Factions comes out. We got to wait till the games come out, I guess. Whatever.
Exactly. That's why we got to put money or something on this.
I'm not putting that.
We got to put the shut the hell up on this.
I just want when Factions comes out and it's a success, I want my apologies. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
As I said before, what do you define as a success and what do you define as a failure?
Well, Factions isn't the one that people are questioning. It's everything else.
But we don't know. We don't know what else is. No one knows what it is yet.
Most successful one, most likely.
Well, it's almost time to get out of here because we spent a long time arguing about games and service, but I knew it would be like that. It is what it is. There's a few other things I need to mention before we get out of here. Let me see.
Admit he was wrong?
No, nigga.
Of course not.
I said I want you to apologize to me when I'm right. That's what I said.
So, if you're wrong,
and he's using Factions to try to prove his point instead of all the other games.
Community, this is what we gonna do, community. Because I seen a lot of y'all in the comment section. Y'all really digging what BG saying tonight.
Hold on, put up a poll, BG. Let's
no. Fuck all that.
No,
When these games start to drop, I don't give a fuck if BG like the genre or not. If you're not playing and promoting these fucking games, nigga, I'm on your ass. I don't give a fuck what the game is.
I never said I'm playing anything.
They can come out with a 4D chess games as a service. If it got PlayStation name on it, bitch, you better be on it.
I'm the little Animal Crossing clone and all that.
No, I'm playing the games that you would know me to play.
No, nigga, we not doing that.
So you think I'm just supposed to play something? If they come out with a MOBA or a puzzle game that's games and service, you think I'm gonna play that?
As soon as somebody said games and service with Sony, you put on a Johnny Cochran suit, nigga.
No,
you got to play these fucking games.
That does not mean that I'm interested in playing all the games as a service.
Hey, chat, fuck that. Must listen part 45, nigga. I'm on your ass.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, put that record up, nigga. I got some bars, nigga. Hold on. Fuck this.
My argument was never that, I'm excited to play all these multiplayer games. That was never my argument.
Said, when I catch you, I'm going to throw you off a tower. Fire.
Before we get out of here, what are the Metacritic predictions for Hogwarts tomorrow?
85.
86.
75.
78.
76.
Ooh, 78 sound good.
Yeah, I'll go with a 76.
That sounds good.
Right.
I said 78.
I got a bet. I got to get 80 or less. 80 or less.
That shit for the
less.
Do I want to take above a 78?
Oh God, we got to do the super chats real quick. Let me run through some stuff.
Smoove, I'm gonna throw you a bone right here. I'm gonna go above a 78.
Nigga, not hear me.
Man,
he just don't respect.
Leave it for after dark because we got to get out of here because there's a watch party coming.
We got 8 minutes.
Yeah, Still gotta do super chats.
Smoove, I will take a chance on this one. I will go above a 78 for Hogwarts.
Damn, yo, Tony, like how we looking?
I've got to bet it gets less than 80 or less. 80. That's my.
And I'm betting above a 78
right now.
Why don't we meet? Like I got 80 or less, you get 80 or above, or yeah.
Nigga, I'm giving you above a 78. Why are you making it harder for yourself?
Oh, you're giving me above a 78.
I'm saying it'll get a 78 or higher.
I said so. All right,
pretty much a 1 point difference. Well, 2 point difference, Smoove.
So if it gets below a 78, you win.
If it gets a below, but I said we'd get a 78.
Yeah, and I'm saying it'll get above a 78.
All right,
I'm taking the over.
All right, All right, cool.
Why would you take the under, Smoove?
I ain't taking the under. I'm taking the 78. So if it gets under a 78, then I still win.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah, it's gotta get a 78 or higher for me to win.
Whatever. All right. The other news, just to wrap some stuff up, there was some news about PlayStation cutting the PSVR2 production. Then Sony came out and said that's not true. They denied it, that they're cutting production. What else was there? Oh yeah, there was a PS5 beta system software update for Discord. It was Discord chat, VRR support at 1440p. What else was there? Screen reader improved. DualSense. You can update the DualSense wirelessly. Access PS4 save data easily on PS5. Manually upload game captures to to the PlayStation app. What else was there? Oh yeah, there was this rumor about Tomb Raider being sold to Amazon for $600 million, but that's weird because what's the name just bought them.
No, but that's true. I think that really happened. Yeah,
but we don't know if it's like the movie right. Maybe it's the movie rights or something like that.
I think it's both. It's the entire IP.
Because they just bought them for like half or less than that, and then they sold them.
They bought the entire Western division of Square Enix for $300 million, and they sold the Tomb Raider IP alone for $600 million.
That's a crazy flip.
Yeah, Square Enix is some stupid asses.
That's
I hope
crazy
they fail
flip
in everything they do because they're dumbasses, bro.
And you know what the crazy thing is about that, BG? They're not going to pay double that money and not put out a game before Perfect Dark.
Oh man,
which will mean another bet won by me.
Wow.
And also, Tony, you might as well get your apologies ready because Smoove just sealed your fate.
I got one more.
No. I still fall in the line. What's your bet? 76 or above? Or 78?
No, he bet it's got to get below a 78 for him to win.
I could still win in them conditions. I could get a 79 or
the
80.
thing is, this game looks boring, but I could see the media liking it. That's so it's kind of hard for me to.
I think media gonna be scared to boost it up too much. So
the media's gonna hate it. This is a game that whether it's good or bad, the media is going to hate it.
I think we got to get out of here. And lastly, there was some Alan Wake 2 details. They said it's going to be a true horror survival game. It's their biggest project yet. Yada yada. Jack, read the super chats.
Why you want to rush through the important topics, BG?
This nigga BG depressed now.
Right, because you care about Alan Wake.
I like Alan Wake 1. I know your ass is sore after that pounding we just gave you, good brother.
No,
okay,
I just worked you niggas out.
You can take more. You can take more. Okay, cool.
No, I worked y'all out. And I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be right, and y'all gonna be, begging at my feet. Oh, please forgive me, BG. I'm sorry.
BG clearly has some type of foot fetish that we're just finding out about today, everyone. Just so you guys know.
Read the super chats, whore.
You realize?
Only thing is, not even gonna play the game. It's gonna be me
tonight.
I like when he talk gangster. Jazzy Jefferson says Blandrew and Tony and possibly Jack teaming up today to take down BG and these games as a service. Yes, sir. Jazzy Jefferson again said, LOL when Jack asked Salty, did you graduate? Oh yeah, I did ask this bitch ass that. Shot Red 555 said, they say men can get pregnant. Jack, stay away from BG. Laughing emoji. Yo. Yo. Trago Gaming says game preservation is important for the next generation of gamers growing up. Movies, music, books, and comics take preservation seriously. I think gaming should too. Game Inspection says beyond just cold, AAA and indie developers found solutions to modern development in old games. They should be preserved. The Brandalorian says The Last of Us is a well-made show, but it will always feel like a knockoff of a story that was designed to be a game. Hey, he low-key spitting. Relax Paul Gaming RPG says, sure is a lot of talk about PC lately. It's like you can no longer ignore the platform no matter what console you support.
I mean,
Relax,
you can never ignore it, period.
Relax, Paul. That's my guy right there. You kind of sus, though. John the Don says, will RE4 remake dethrone the RE2 remake? I don't think so, bro.
No, absolutely not. Because RE2 is just a better...
It's better. It's better.
I mean, you're kind of putting the RE4-ness into RE2, which just makes it infinitely better than Resident Evil 4 can ever be anyway.
We got Shot Red 555. He said, BG taking floppy D's to the face with all the L's. Shaking my head.
Never took an L tonight.
Jazzy Jefferson says, Blandrew really set up BG with that rabbit season. Yes, sir. And Dreezo Works says, BG was right. Don't let him troll you, LOL.
I know.
PS Rewind says, BG is right. Okay, BG soccer account's doing overtime tonight.
Yeah, okay.
Rufflemutt says, Abby is gonna be straight up played by a dude. We got
also BG. I might want the. You might be right. I might want these bets off of the Patreon because Smoove's bets going to my taxes.
Rostar94 says, how much? Then it fucks up. I don't know what he was asking. Blackout Y2K says, great podcast as always. I just want to say, I also did not like BG and Jack move. Sorry, the Frank and Bill episode. Wow. And me and BG the new Frank and Bill? Fire.
Frank and... Never mind. Oh.
Rostar94 said, how much...
Take a shower, BG.
How much to put mine down? Oh, wow. That's what you asked. All right. Hey, you slide me a couple of dollars. I get... Never mind. Rufflemutt says, calling it now. Factions 2 is going to last a year or two at most. When that happens, BG is going to have to be on a watch list. Sony Games and Services is going to be dog shit.
Look my nuts.
Yo. How do you pronounce this? It says, Ludum. I don't know how to pronounce your name, fam. Raji. I'm going to call you Raji. I don't know how to pronounce your first name, fam. My apologies. This argument is going round and round. BG is arguing that PlayStation priorities have shifted, and the rest of you are arguing using old priority levels. Then Raji donated again and said, this is not a multiplayer mode. This is taking the budget for The Last of Us 2 and making content of a game. Last of Us will be a success. Okay. S Blanks in 95 said, my brother in Christ, BG, why are you nostalgic for SOCOM? It ain't 2004 anymore. Bro, let it go.
Didn't BG said that he doesn't live off nostalgia?
He did.
That wasn't the case I was bringing up, but go ahead.
Stefan Wade says, SOCOM Confrontation was amazing when the bugs got fixed. It sold 2.7 million and servers went down during the PS4 era. Or Rainbow Six Siege still has a strong player base. We got Dizzy123. He said, BG, would you support a Mod Nation Racers or PlayStation All-Stars 2 revival on PS5? Do you think these sorts of games would do well now?
Mod Nation Racers, no. Go ahead.
Jazzy Jefferson says, you can always count on Tarek to defend PlayStation. Facts. MC Figs says, what is it? LMC Figs? I always say MC Figs. People don't want to the tacked on multiplayer game anymore. Sony has to do games of service or no multiplayer at all. Stephen Wade says, you guys do know some Confrontation sold more than the Halo Combat Evolved. Damn, did it?
Still flopped.
Tarek Ahmed says, Jazzy Base with our spring, he don't count. Goddamn. And lastly, Jazzy Jefferson said, when the Horizon MP comes out, I'll play it. Since I like Monster Hunter and Horizon Zero Dawn, but if it's ass, I'll keep it a buck.
All right.
I think that might be it.
All right, we got to get out of here, so no time for y'all to do intros. That's Black Bond. That's Jack. That's Blandrew. That's Alex. That's Tony. That's Smoove. That's everybody, I think. I got
dumbass. You forget yourself, dumbass. That's BG.
Niggas know who I am. Lick my nuts, Jack.
Big Bozo. All
right. All right, we're going to the
fuck so bad.
We going to the watch party. We out of here. Peace. Oh, no podcast next week because of Super Bowl. See y'all the week after.
Oh no, I'm gonna miss you guys. Nah.
Baz.
Wait, is he gonna do the outro? Is he gonna do the outro?
Baz.
No. Right. plenty of tried and plenty of failed. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hell. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. Bye. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know my bro king got me, see that's a black bond that can't be broken. No Idris Elba, I'm a black bond, aiming a scope and all black panel, you can never try playing us token. Yeah, we playing games, but now one of us playing or joking. Not at all. Oh wait, then Jack Move came in with the trophies, God in a lane of its own. Like how can you gamers approach me? Tell kids move to body you in Halo, then send your family an angel emoji. You should've known, dog, you ain't got enough Series X's. Blind got all the answers, no, you ain't gotta ask Siri questions. All the latest gaming news gotta be here to check it. Since 2015 and beyond, I'm just here to respect it. When you at the top of your tier, it's a blessing. From the bottom, so no way we appear to be desperate. This for anybody doubting, I'm clearing a message. And if you ever had a problem, I'm here to correct plenty of fail. You can run and hide, but you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Name another squad that wanna test it, I'm beating them still. No, you can't dodge what's in my weapon well. Name another pot that's big or small, I'm contesting it still. Name another spot or any section, I'm king of the hill. Right. I know what it is, man. Weapon World Podcast, you know what we got in the building, man.
All you brought us over here to see.
We got BT. We got Kid Smoove, we got Jack Move, we got Black Bond, I mean. Blandrew, I mean, what you can't all strafe us, bro. Like, the strafe too strong.
Are Bill and Frank nice? You've gone this way a lot?